All right, good to go.
Cool. So yeah, we're gonna do a few different things today. I think it'll be kind of fun to warm up and work on our money bubble ranges, right? Make sure we're cashing more. We're growing our stack when we get in a position where we have people out chipped. So we're gonna look at some asymmetrical situations on the money bubble, and then once we approach the money, make sure we're running deeper. And a lot of this stuff comes down to pre-flop, guys. Like we want to get into these very intricate post-flop spots. But how many times do you get deep in a tournament and you have like 15 to 25 bigs for a duration of the tournament, and most of the decisions are pre-flop? Your raise and takes, 3-bet, get run it, you know. So I think it always being sharp at a pre-flop game is going to be worthwhile. So what we're going to do, 17.5% of the field remaining will be like 10%, a few players off. Like practically the stone money bubble. Actually, they have a stone money bubble thing now, right?
We do.
15% is stone money bubble. Asymmetric. Yep.
They have direct bubble right under that.
And they have direct bubble. The direct bubble stuff is kind of crazy.
Okay.
It's wild. But I think 15 and 7, because I do want to spend some time for us looking at 10 players from the money. Are you playing too tight? You know, I think those ranges have helped me a lot. So we will do some direct money bubble stuff, but I really think this is very valuable. And maybe throwing in some 15 as well. And then we're gonna face versus RFI and RFI. Let's see if we don't break it by trying this, and then we'll just take whatever they give us for a stack depth. We didn't break it. So this is right when we approach the money. That's 15%. I don't care for it at this. I'd rather us be a little bit deeper, but it's worthwhile to look at since we are in the money. Now that we're here, we're gonna drill. I'll call on a couple of you guys, ask your thoughts on how you approach this situation. I think it's best for us to do that. And call on a couple people. Let's see. Always want to call on maybe some of our Adi. I don't want to mispronounce the name, but if you're interested,
no, you're good. You're good.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Are you interested in coming in, maybe doing a few hands here, giving your thoughts on the ranges and how you approach these situations?
Sure. I just hope I don't embarrass myself. I'm rather new
Oh
to
man.
this, so
That's the best. And you know what? Whatever you say here, you can never make. We've all been there. We're all here to help
We always
each
give
other.
the same spiel, like we
Yeah,
might laugh
that's-
at you, but it's only laughing at you because we're family here. We're never gonna win.
Yeah, we all. I mean, we're all family here, man, and we're all here to help each other. And guess what? Making a mistake here costs you nothing, right?
And it's
so let's get them
also-
out the way. You know,
Guaranteed, whatever mistake you make, we've made it. So it's not going to be the first time.
Exactly. So what are you doing here? First off, with this King 10-0 to a button open. Are you jamming this, calling this? And if you're not gonna play this, what's the worst type offsuit King X, Ace X that you're gonna push all in with?
I think, considering that we're right on the bubble, I would actually fold this, because if it was suited, I think I would jam.
No, you're actually in the money. 30 in the money and players left 30. So you're in the money here.
Okay. Then I think I would shove this, yeah.
Shoving this, okay. So what's the worst offsuit ace you'll jam?
Worst, like ace 9,
Okay.
ace 8.
Ace 8, ace 9. Are you shoving all your suited aces in all your pairs? Do you have cutoffs for those?
Probably. Pairs, I don't know, maybe 7s plus.
Okay.
Suited aces, probably everything. Maybe not like ace 6, ace 7, but I think, yeah. Yeah, I think most suited aces other than ace 6, ace 7.
No ace 6, ace 7. So you're shoving ace 2, ace 3, ace 4,
Yeah.
ace 5, and then just okay. And it's good to try to visualize this range of game. Personally, I mean, I was just asking you some baselines there. It sounds a little bit weirdly too tight and constructed, and that's okay, right? Let me see what Cap is Cap here? No.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah, Cap, what do you think about what's your range here in this
I'm
spot?
jamming way wider than that.
Me too. And I think it's okay, you know.
I mean, I don't know if we jam the very top of range, but I'm jamming like basically all my aces. I'm gonna jam King 10, I'm jamming this one.
Yep.
Queen Jack off, suited, like King 9 suited.
So suited nines, all your
I don't know about suited nines. Jack 10 suited, like 10-9, may yeah, I guess suited nines.
okay,
all
he's in there with the
pairs.
suited nines, all pairs. What about ace two, ace three off?
Yeah, I'm jamming on my all that going
All
in.
the
And
aces, all the pairs.
honestly, like maybe even like
tens, suited nines.
maybe
That's
even
a
like
big
King
ass
7
range.
suited plus maybe.
That's a big ass range. All right, let's see.
Who called
Well,
Kep
everybody's-
who called Kep a nit? A nit?
Yeah, Cap is
I'm only a
range.
nit sometimes. I'm not a nit when I'm jamming on people.
And I asked because it's beautiful. Look how beautiful it is. King 10 off, you guys got wrong. But all the suited aces, you nailed this portion. This is a hair wide. But from an EV standpoint, it's not torching it, it's just not in there. Offsuit jacks, suited nines, all pairs.
King 7's a bit wide. So.
Easy. And then when you guys visualize your ranges, this is all a range game. Just when I ask you and I call on you and I ask you what I think your range is, it's usually gonna be just start with whatever you think the bottom is, ace 7 off plus, all suited aces, fours plus, suited nines, or suited tens, or suited, you know. So that was a good one. These are always the fun ones. These always kind of give me fits in games depending on opponents. Go ahead, Adi, it's still on you, my friend.
18 picks.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would fold this, at least intuitively. I feel like there's too many people behind me to act that I would fold this. But
What's the worst suited ace X you V-pip then? Are you ace 8, ace 9 suited, ace 10 suited? Where do we start?
I think yeah,
where do we start?
ace 10, ace 9, yeah. Ace 6 suited feels. I mean, this guy opened under the gun.
No, he's in a hijack.
He's in oh shit, all right.
And you're in a cutoff. So this is late position.
Yeah, actually, I think ace 6 suited, yeah. I would because my only options are either jam or fold, yeah?
Nope,
like I
you
don't
can
ever just-
also call is there as well. I mean, you know,
And raise.
and raise.
I mean, like as in if I 3-bet, I might as well jam. Or I don't know how to think about this.
And that's okay, because I think it's okay to have these kind of thoughts. Like you, one way I think of it, if you're gonna have pocket aces, or would you jam all in with pocket aces for 18 here?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm not tricky enough to make it small and then
And I think you can have a small 3-bet with aces and some other portions of your range, and you're gonna get a lot of respect in game here as well. I think we have a non-all-in 3-bet here. Yep. So yeah, this is a tricky one. Let me see who else is out there. Who wants to V-pip this? Joey, what are you doing here with this A6?
Not folding.
Okay.
I think I would call and maybe call more often than shove. But I think there might be some shoves in there with this too.
Interesting. How about your pocket pairs? Where do you start jamming? What are you doing pocket fives? Fun. Poker's fun.
I think the cutoff is somewhere between 5s, 6s, and 7s.
Here's
I
their
think
range,
fives
by the
I
way.
would call.
As a little cheat sheet. Call. Whoa. This is a tough spot. I hear a lot of indifference out there. And when we're doing these spots, you should be thinking with your range and how you approach this spot as well. But Adi, what did you say you were doing here? You were folding this, correct? Yeah, we're gonna go with your decision.
now that I think about it, I think actually if we're gonna 3-bet aces small, then I might as well 3-bet this as well.
Only
but-
hole. Look at this. Just
Oh,
one
wow.
gap. I don't hate it because this is doing it a little bit. It's a 0 EV.
A6 is the worst ace in the deck.
Yeah, ace 6 and ace deuce are ones I try to run.
All right.
Knows I hate this shit. I hate this hand. It feels like too tight to fold sometimes, but it just runs the worst.
Would you
I
play
I think
this
if I
in
had
chip?
5s, I would fold for sure.
If you had pocket fives,
Yeah.
mixes.
I don't think it's horrible.
I
We
bet if
always
we
play
were
this
just
in chip BB though, right?
In chip EV, yeah, you may be able to have a little bit more flexibility, but at this stack depth, you're not going to be doing all that. It just may want a more aggressive approach there, you know,
I'm
to try
curious.
to
I'm gonna
build a
look.
stack. Yep, look for us.
I think
Cool.
if we were just a little tiny bit deeper, that would be a really good 3-bet.
Yeah, exactly. 25 bigs.
Yeah, maybe not even, maybe just like 20 or 21, 22.
Yep. Always fun. How about now? Still on you, Adi.
I would call this because I'm worried if I 3-bet, the middle position guy is gonna like 4-bet all in me, and I don't
Okay.
really want that.
Have you been
Um,
playing? Do you play online tournaments at all?
Yeah, like actually, I only play tournaments.
So, what is your perception when you're in your low stakes game and you see this guy open up this stack depth at your stakes? What do you
I have
what is
noticed
their what
that-
do you think their range construction is?
I've noticed that a lot of the people like they're not open jamming like 12 big blinds. They would rather see a flop.
So, do you
Um,
think that you see a lot of limping in your games?
Yeah,
Or-
but even less when the like blind like people have even shorter stacks.
Yep.
But definitely a lot of limping. But even here, like they're raising like this guy, they're opening instead of just. I mean, I think if I had a decent hand in his spot, I would just open shove this instead of opening to 2 big blinds.
So yeah, what I was trying to lead you to say is like I think it's sometimes in small stakes when players really their ranges they're gonna have a polar range and this is gonna be pretty strong, a little bit unbalanced, where they're just gonna be jamming a lot of the ace jacks and stuff like that rather than using the ace 10. They're just gonna min raise aces and kings and stuff and like they're really good. But that's just something I ran into. More, when you get into higher stakes, mid stakes, guys are better about this and just having an opening range off 12 as you should.
Yeah, that's right. Like in the bigger stakes, people are going to min raise this wider. I'd min raise like I don't know, 8-5 suited here and potentially fold to a jam.
Yeah,
or something.
here's his range. This is
But
what his theoretical range should look like. Go
at
ahead,
the
Tom.
lower stakes, people are scared of 12 blind stacks. They have a jam or fold range only a lot of the time. So when they
Yeah.
do min raise, you have to be really scared.
Yeah, I think this range is structured where there's way more all in than the raise at 12. So, but this is good to see. You need to be in there just min raising this range. You can get in there with some suited 9 still, the offsuit jacks, which feel very uncomfortable sometimes, ace 9-0, which feels uncomfortable, is in there from MP. But yeah, still being in there with the min raise is very strong and effective. And I think people will play worse versus it as well. So you said you were calling this, correct?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's just take a look, and it's just a hair outside.
Okay.
These A6 and A7 are going to be the more indifferent ones. You'll see a lot in these. Ace 2 is going to be out of there. Ace 3, but yeah, generally V-pipping Ace 8 suited plus. And look at this, 6s, 5s, all that out of there, and you're just pretty much raise running it with everything else.
All right.
Not much calling. Not much calling.
Can I ask in this spot, if we 3-bet to this is 4.5 and MP
never
jams to
folding.
12? Yeah, okay, yeah. You're not folding any of your
None of
3-bet?
this.
Okay.
There's nothing you could fold with in looking at this range. There's no way you're not going to be getting a good enough price with any of these hands. And there's just don't do it. Think about how much is going to be out there and what it'll have behind. Yeah, it'll be a snap. Oof. All right, my friend. One more.
These are 3 tricky spots, like right on the like edge of what to do. They're not exactly
Right into
straightforward.
the fire.
Yeah, this is how
Oh.
poker will do your ass too. You know, when you play the game, you're not just gonna have ace king suited here. You're literally gonna have this and it's or ace 9 or something. It's like, oh,
These quizzes on Preflop Academy are always on the edge.
yeah, they're always gonna put you in the
Teaching Wizard
fire.
does that
That's
a
what
lot
makes you
too. They
better.
always give you the cuspy ones.
So what are your thoughts here, buddy?
I think this we should all in.
All in. So when you say all in here, I'm gonna assume automatically you're gonna be all in with ace 10 suited plus. How about offsuit aces? Are you gonna be all in with ace jack off? Ace queen off? What are your thoughts there?
Ace jack off, probably. Like I think
Oh.
ace 10 off, I'm folding. Ace
Okay.
jack off, I'm jamming.
How about pocket
Because I don't think there's
sevens?
any point in
Calling.
calling.
No, there's
and
none of
getting
that.
three bet,
Nope.
right?
No.
So Yeah.
You
We
do
talked about,
understand here, guys. We need to use your court awareness. You are on the money bubble.
5 out of the money.
5 out of the money. Court awareness has to be a thing. And you've already shoved your chips here, so no take them backs. You make that
Please?
mistake in game. When you make that mistake in game, or you're playing too many tables and you don't realize you're on a money bubble, that's what will happen.
All right.
You know? But
Yeah.
you know, this is a friendly group. I'll take your answer back, even though it costs you no money. But in game, this is why we need to be aware. We only have 2 options, so we're essentially 2 tabling between in the money and then on a money bubble. But how would your answer differ? Would you jam this in the money? Obviously, it sounded like you thought we were still in the money, so you would take this ace jack off in the money. So how would your range differ now that you know that we're on the money bubble?
I think this I fold. I think like ace queen suited plus I still shove.
Ace queen suited plus now. So are you shoving ace queen off? Ace queen off, ace queen
Yeah, I
suited.
think ace queen off is going in.
What about
for
pocket eights?
Oh,
Making them squirm.
I don't know about eights. Like you're 5 out of the money.
You know you're folding. I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I've done it
I mean,
many
I'll
times.
give him,
being Like,
I'll give him a
oh,
little
fuck,
leeway.
I got
'cause I'm-
9s and I'm 3
No.
away from money. I don't want
I'm
to muck this.
folding
But
probably.
I got it.
9. It's. I think it's 9s plus, and then like the ace queens. But this is their opening range. Look at this opening range off of 15. 15's not even opening 9s.
Mm-mm.
Yikes! I would have made that mistake to open 9. I mean, I don't know if I would have.
I would
Dude,
have too.
I would have done something with 8s and 9s here, to be honest with you. First in, it'd be a torch. Looking at this range, I feel sick. Dude, I would have 100% opened these.
And I would definitely miss all the offsuit aces.
Oh, dude, never.
How can you not play pocket 9 to 6 when you're 30 big blind? You're just waiting for it.
No, he's got 13. Yeah, I guess you just kept-
15.
All
Make the
right.
money, use your clock, get that first
Alright.
pay jump.
All right, let's see our range here, because it's gonna be very tricky, and I think this can be a spot where a lot of us torch money. We torched about not paying attention.
Do
let's
we
see.
have, before we click, did anybody
Okay,
ask,
we're not
have any,
enough.
do we have
What?
any flats in range?
I would say no.
Dude, I mean, yeah, that's a good question to have, because if you have a leak where you think you might just flat king queen suited or something here, queen jack suited,
Like if
speak
we
up,
flat,
because, you know.
if we flat
What about
aces,
aces?
this hand might get in there and flat a little bit. I would fold it personally, but I think it might have some flats.
No, I don't think so, personally, but I mean, I'm never flatting any of that range. He's folding this.
No flats.
Damn, with a nasty ass range that nobody's getting.
And
No
ace-
flats. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
never flatting a hand. Ace jack suited in there, but look at the EV of it. It's like marginal. If you really look at it, it's mixing fold.
But to what you
Ace
you
queen all,
shove-
ace queen suited, ace queen off.
The part I always don't understand why you shove ace 2 if you don't shove ace 10.
You unblock folds.
Yeah, you unblock hands, you can actually fold. But
The
ace deuce
bottom
is
of their opening
0.
range is 10x, right? King 10, queen 10, jack 10. So you don't really want to have a 10 in your game.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
these are printing a little bit. Ace deuce is 0, but I mean, ace 4 and ace 5, if you want to just throw it all in that bucket, this ace jack's doing okay. Man, look at king jack suited and king queen suited. You just rip, no flatting. It's just printing rip. Okay.
Yeah, so this is interesting. Like, that's why I try to think, like, I know, like, here's how I think about if I have flats. I'm like, all right, do I get the flat aces here? And if I think I get the flat
You
aces,
don't get the
then
flat
I'm gonna
aces.
guess I get some flats with other stuff and I might make a mistake. But when I'm never supposed to flat aces and I think I can, that's what I'm gonna make mistakes flatting other crap.
Yeah,
And you don't want to flat when you
Um,
have the whole goddamn table behind you left to act, right?
I'm
Like,
never flatting.
Right.
Ace.
It's
Aces
miserable.
was
was
that.
flatting there, tiny percent.
Well, Adi, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. That was good, you know,
That
for
was
not
very
having much.
nerve-wracking.
Dude, without having much experience, to be fair, you had very reasonable ranges, and you had a reasonable idea. So keep it up, man. That was good. Let me see who else is in the house. Who wants to get in here and do another set? Greg, I see a Greg in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, how you doing, Bahamut?
Yeah. So
How you doing, man?
good, man. How are you?
Fantastic. So yeah, let's get in here, run a couple hands. Make sure we're aware because we're switching between being in the money and the money bubble. So it might try to trick you. That is your last warning. So what are you doing
Gotcha.
here? Are you opening this ace deuce suited, looking at this table?
Most likely. I mean, if I open here, I'm pretty deep, I guess. So raising, I mean, just like open raising, I can always fold. I mean, it's like I feel like it's at the bottom of the range that we're opening with.
Okay.
But yeah, I would probably make the raise here.
And what's the worst offsuit ace you would raise here?
Probably ace 10.
Ace 10 off, ace, all of it. So you're gonna open all your suited aces. How about pairs?
Probably it's sevens plus.
Sevens plus. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you opening suited nines or just going to suited tens? Are you opening like king nine, queen nine, jack nine, 9-10 in those spots?
Probably not, no.
Keeping it real. Yeah, this spot is tough. Looking at this configuration, you're gonna have a 6 big blind stack here. The button has 54. There's some rejam stacks. And
Yeah,
this is a really spot where when you're looking at the table deeply, it feels really uncomfortable, right? People are going to be a little bit looser right when you get in the money to just ready to move the chips. So I can kind of sympathize with in having a tighter range in some spots, to be honest with you.
I the only reason why I like opening here is just, I mean, it's fine. I guess it would be fine to fold if I get rejammed by like the button or small blind or like say middle position shoves, and then like one of the other people behind like they shove, I can just easily fold. I'm not really comfortable. I mean, like I wouldn't really be comfortable if I mean, like I would be completely fine calling off 4 blinds, right? Like for if he jams
Can't
behind
fold.
me. Yeah, can't fold. So everybody else though, I'd be more speculative.
Yeah, easy folds. Easy fold if somebody else raises you. And I think one thing that happens once we get in the money of tournaments or we get deeper, the value of these suited ace X goes up for RFIs. But let's see, he would just RFI this, call, and then have a pretty tight opening rate. I think you might have to get in there with some of the suited nines, but let's see. The only one that folds, the suited nines are in there. You got trolled. This range was good though.
Yeah.
One pair too tight. And yeah, I mean, you got to be in there with the suited nines. I think missing this whole region is going to hurt you in the long run, not having these RFIs in your game, and it's going to make you feel like too tight.
Yeah, I've had a problem with V-pipping. So this is definitely like a good eye opener for the student nines at least. Because it'll help me increase at least from my opens from the spot. But yeah, I mean
100%.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and there may be some configurations in tables where you can full frequency at your stakes, just get out your comfort zone and mix in some offsuit jacks at a higher frequency just to get yourself in, some of these tables are going to be able to run over. People are going to overfold. So yeah, just getting these in there will be good for you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Ooh. Oh, well.
Oh, geez.
And you're in the money now. Is
this
it?
I mean, yeah, that's it. That's it. It's all there. Ace 9 off. It's going in.
He's all there with ace 9 off. So are you in there with all your suited aces? And what pairs would you be in there with 6?
Probably sixes, fives for 6 blinds.
Fives
I mean,
and sixes, okay.
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty. I mean, I'm pretty short, right? So I have more. I'm happy if I mean, I don't think he's ever folding, right? But like,
if you don't think he's ever folding, you must take into consideration what you think the bottom of his open. So what did we notice? Okay, this is good for you. What was the bottom of your opening range, the last hand from under the gun?
So ace 10 off, ace.
What suited portion? What about this? What suited portion? This is a clue. What suited portion was it?
Oh, it was ace deuce.
No, it was suited ace nine, the nine, suited nines.
Oh, the nines, nine. Yeah, sorry. There we go.
So when suited nines are the bottom of the EP opening range and you have a 9 in your hand, what are you blocking?
Nines.
The bottom of their range.
The bottom of their range. So this, yeah, okay. That makes a lot more sense there. All right.
So I wonder if, with that being said, are we too short to admit that, or if it's still just ace 10 off? That's what I would think in game and fold this. And think, fuck, I'm kind of blocking the bottom of his range, and I'm doing dog shit versus everything else but his lower pair, some of his suited kings and stuff like that. Maybe he has some suited aces he needs to open with. So that's why I'd be really indifferent here, but I'm blocking so much of the bottom portion. I would probably fold and use ace 10, but let's see.
Sure.
I think people are in chat. Molten Ash just says ace 9 suited, plus, sevens plus, set abs shove, ace X plus, king jack, king. Oh, you're in there wide, and ace 10 off for pucks. All right, let's see. Ace 10 off plus. We don't want to be blocking from the offsuit portion of bottom of his range. So ace 10 off plus. Sixes plus as well. So you were good there. You would have got in fives. I don't think it's losing a little bit, but this ain't,
I mean, I don't think I'm torching anything with fives, right? So
I mean, I'm looking at king jack suited in this spot. If I'm ever this short, I'd probably make a mistake and get this in, to be fair.
I hate that hand. So like, especially from this spot, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
There's so many things that dominate you. So oh no.
It says, oh no. That's his first instinct. Some people are like snap jamming. I can tell you that with the crew in here right now. Some people have shrugged, jammed, and re-entered or played something else.
I like, this is awkward because like 3-betting with this hand is so flatting feels worse too.
Okay.
I mean, because you're beat by a lot of his opening range, right? So yeah, me personally, I'm probably folding. Like, I'm probably folding eights here.
Wow. Molten Ash is folding as well. This is very interesting to see from a lot of people. Like, this is why it's very good exercise. We are on the money bubble. Yeah, I know. What are you doing here, Cap?
I think we can actually call the bottom pairs like 2s, 3s, 4s, maybe 5s, and jam the middling stuff and 3-bet the top pairs.
This is a very important study session. So what are you doing here?
Are eights the bottom of the hijack opening range, and how this hand interacts with a shove and blocking the bottom of the range?
Man, I mean, it feels like people want to call, people want to fold, people don't want to rejam and use the fold
I
equity.
I want to jam, but
Juju.
I'm thinking this might be one of the solver things that skips sevens and eights in the middle because it blocks part of the range.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, I would just jam in game, but
there it is. Dude. I mean, I think it would be shoving like 7 spots in it, right? Like, man, I'm gonna do a lot of jamming, but we have the fold equity. Let's look. You can see what their opening range is here from 20. Dude.
Oh, it's
still opening. No, this is their jamming range. Or this is hijack's opening range.
Yeah.
In case you were curious.
I thought suited eights was the bottom.
Nope. He's even mixing some of these suited 9s, which is,
eights are fine to jam then.
GG. Well, he said he was folding though. This is
I did.
I mean, I'm never ever folding in a million years.
Okay. It's even jamming the weak pairs. I thought they would just maybe set mine
and
3s, 4s.
Look at
I knew it was going to be important because, like, yeah, it shows this fold. This is 0 for me. I mean, I think it's the only pair, and it's still printing like a half a bag in EV, even though it wants a little bit more in these spots. But at the same time, dude, look at this range. I think a lot of you guys are playing too tight on this money bubble. Way too tight.
Well, they got to call super tight too. That's what we have to remember. Like they're calling really tight when we jam.
Super tight. They're gonna be, and this is a symmetrical setup, to be fair, as well. It's not asymmetrical, and you're not gonna find these configuration exactly. Everybody will have 20-ish or something in that ballpark. But I think consistently versus late position, jamming like 5s, 6s plus, 8s plus, if you 7s plus, just we can't be super tight in these spots, guys. They have to call really tight. King Jack is in there, like. And when I seen the first few folds, cringe. You can't get aggressive. We're both 50. Still on you. Yep.
I would probably 3-bet those. but it's probably at the bottom of the three range.
Ooh, three betting the suited ace 50 effective in the money. Okay. Are you three betting most of your suited aces, strong, linear, polar? What's your strategy in this spot?
Really, I mean, I guess it really depends on a frequency between like the really strong ones. Like for ace 6, like for example, I'm probably not doing it. Ace 3, it's a little, but like I'm not being really blocked out by it too much.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm primarily three betting this like 6 majority of the time. So
Call and three bet offsuit. I think this is going to be an eye-opening range for you guys as well in the money if you're not used to seeing this, and it's going to be good ICM work for you guys to when we get here. Tim, what are you doing here? You're three betting this, and if you're not, what's your three betting range look like? If you're here, you might be on a work call or something. Okay, Pucks, what are your thoughts? Oh shit, you're at work as well. You probably could just type in chat. You can type it in. Sorry, just froze up. What is your three betting range here? You type it in. Yeah, are you three betting any? I mean, obviously we're gonna do a shitload of calling. Jacks plus, very strong linear, and it's funny. Jacks might just mix flats. I think you do a gigantic amount of flatting here. This deep 50 effective out of position in the money, but we're gonna mix three bet. Let's see if it wants to start building pots here out of position. You don't do it much. This is a little bit, but this is cool to see. Look at this range.
okay, so
You can almost call everything, like even this stuff that's like mixing a little bit. It's mostly calling.
sure, that makes sense. I mean, there's a bunch of flats here, so I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you're not exactly at the top here. You have ace 3 suited at best, right?
So
Well, I think the
Beaumont,
heuristic. I think the big heuristic here is what I don't have it at set at a consistent deeper stack SPR in the money. But one thing I want to point out that is very consistent that I see a lot is 40 plus bigs. You don't do much rebetting out of the big blind at all versus somebody else who's deep as you are covering you.
That
You
makes
don't want to
sense.
cooler yourself at all in the money. Pocket queens, I've seen this shit full frequency flatted versus almost all positions at 40 plus. And we can look at this really quick. And I think people cooler GG themselves with some of these. Look at ace king here. GG, right? This is 100%
Yeah.
bet for everybody. Like everybody.
This is new for me.
Yeah, so I think when you get in the money in the ICM, I think this is some of the biggest leaks that I'm starting to see. Like a lot of people three bet GG in themselves, three bet nines here, and you get four bet, you don't know what the hell to do, or they call and you end up torching 40% of your stack in a weird spot, right? So, all right, last one, man.
Okay. Oh. God. I mean,
Is it a trick?
I don't know. I'm pretty like I'm just folding. I mean, but I'm also I don't really like 10-8 suited very much from here.
Okay.
I'm just folding. Like this is not fun for me.
So this is not fun. How about your suited nines? Are you VPipping any of those? And how are you VPipping? Are you flighting? Or are you three betting? Are you mixing three bets with the suited nines? How are you feeling?
I think Jack 9 I'm pretty sure like Jack 9, King 9, Queen 9 I can flat comfortably. I'm not three
Okay.
betting any of those. I don't feel like it's strong enough to do that. But yeah, even ace 9 I think is fine to call here. But yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything with this hand.
so interesting way to think about it. Like if nines are the bottom of your range, the suited nines, if you think that's the bottom, they're probably going to three bet some. Because you're gonna if you're gonna be polarized, so you're gonna probably have somewhat of a polarized range. You're gonna have top of range and some bluffs. So when you're thinking about it, if you think nines are the bottom of your range, it's probably a safe guess you can three bet them some frequency.
Sure. I'm not saying that like every single nine. It would really depend on like the player that I'm playing against and how and like are stacked up comparatively. If it was equal and like I've never seen this guy before, I'm most likely just flatting, right? But like if I know they're like super loose, or like loose passive or something like that, like I can definitely see three betting them. But
And one thing when we do these exercises with you guys, obviously you're gonna give me what you do with this hand, and then I ask you, but I want you to say, okay, I asked you about suited nines. You say, man, I'm not V-pipping that. Okay, and then I want you to say, oh, well, I'm gonna V-pip all my suited tens, or if it's not the suited tens, move over to suited jacks. Then I want to hear with your offsuit range is. Oh, I'm gonna fold all my offsuit jacks and play offsuit queens, king queen, stuff like that, or offsuit aces. I'm gonna play ace queen. So you guys got to get in the habit of visualizing your entire range. It will make you so fucking sharp moving forward, instead of just seeing one hand myopically and then thinking of, okay, I would do this with ace queen, and then I have pocket eights. Just start building ranges in your head, and then you could expand and contract from there, and it'll make you much sharper. Obviously, this is a trick. Can't V-pip this. A lot of the suited nines are folding as well. Look at queen 10 suited mixing fold. But you do a shitload of flatting. The suited jacks are too good. Ace jack off, ace queen off. Ooh, just jamming. With ace king 0 for 40 there. Wow. And then a lot, look at the ace queen, ace jack, ace 10. A lot of flatting in this region. You could almost devise a strategy where versus some opponents you could just flat here or just 3-bet small. Your 3-bet size is 3x.
Yeah, the ace king 40 bigs and a hijack 5 for the money. This is the setup hand. I'm done. Rip it in.
Just rip it up. Not messing around here anymore. I'm out.
GG.
GG. That's funny. Cool. We'll do one more set of hands. Then we're gonna mix up this a little bit, do another quick set of hands. Also, I gave you guys the opportunity, if you weren't here before, we're gonna mix in some marked hands for guys for tournaments. We do it in our cash game group a lot. So if you have situations, spots, and tournaments that you have marked, feel free to drop those in the chat, and we'll get to those after we do some ICM work. But yeah, that was good, buddy. Thank you so much. That was solid.
thanks.
Yep. Let's see. Let's get someone else in here for this round. Who's the next victim? Do I go to a B Money? You got a mic?
Yeah, pick somebody else. I'm firing up my tables. Sorry.
No, it's all good, man. No, it's cool. I respect that. Skate, you got a mic?
Yes, I do.
Oh, we got that crispy mic today. Okay.
I
Tournament
actually got
time.
another. Sorry, let me switch to my computer so you can hear my new mic.
No, do your thing. Hopefully it's quick.
That's funny because that mic was like clear as fuck.
Yeah, you get a new one. It sounded fine.
That was crystal.
This is the opening range while he gets set up from EP. Like I was saying before, the weight of our suited ace X kind of shoots up here. Whereas I think in chip EV, sometimes you see ace deuce, ace 3 suited, even folding from EP. Here, they seem like they're opening a lot more. Ace 10 off plus. Look, ace 5-0 mixing open from UTG. Offsuit jacks, suited tens. Jack 10 suited would be a trap hand that it would be hard as hell to just fold, especially on stream. So, all right, you hear Skate?
Testing mic. Testing.
That other mic was way better. Get in here. Just tell me what you're doing. Stop the shenanigans. What are you doing?
All right, here.
Mute the background, Skate. We got people in here. We're wasting time. You got 5 seconds.
I'm gonna fold versus EP. I could see folding.
You're on the money bubble, and we're just folding versus that. Okay. What are you doing with ace 10 suited, ace jack suited, ace queen suited? Are you 3-betting all in? Are you 3-betting small? Are you flatting versus EP? What are you doing? We are in the money bubble as well. So
So
master
ace
about
queen
ace ten
suited, I could
suited
see him.
plus.
Yeah, I mean it's up against EP, right? So it's pretty strong. I could see a lot of flatting here versus EP. I really don't know what I'm three betting, honestly. I don't know what's my well. I mean, obviously at three betting, I'm probably three betting. Queens plus maybe.
Queens plus. How about ace
then
queen off? What are you
ace-
doing with that?
Ace queen off, I could probably jam, or ace queen off, I would like to jam, and then ace queen suited maybe make three bet more often.
Okay. It's a tough ass range for 20 here. Cap, what are you doing?
Pay attention. So, all right, 5 from the money. Folding. Gonna VPip. I like bluff. See, I'm kind of getting that. I think I could pull some bluffs out, some 3-bet folds with like ace 3, ace 4. Fold
Okay.
these other suited ones in the middle, ace 10 plus.
Okay.
Offsuit, like probably go to 3-bet like ace 10
What
and
about
call ace
pocket
jack.
eights?
Do what?
Pocket eights?
Uh,
Sevens, eights?
I can flat the middle. I think I can flat some pairs. 5 from the money. Eights, I think I'm just gonna VPip flat, like 7s, 8s,
Man.
9s.
I'm hearing so many flats and mixed strategy on these money bubbles, and this is why today's session.
I have no flats at this stage.
Yeah, I've heard a handful of people.
I'm
flatting.
wondering,
Ranges are
am I a
just all over the
maniac
place.
for wanting to 3-bet fold this?
You can go 2.25. Go
Mhm.
2.5x and it looks disgustingly strong, right?
Yeah.
But I wonder if this is the portion of the range that mixes toe, and then yeah, I think I would mix in a 2.25 if I'm playing very well, go 2.5x, especially depending on opponent, right? We're always reading our opponent, how they've been
So,
playing in this spot.
He's gonna be
In real
opening
life.
so if he's opening ace 8 suited, you want a worse ace 8 suited. That's why I said like ace 3, ace 4, ace 5, something like that. It's
I
better
would
to
argue that
3-bet
he's
fold, I
supposed to
think.
be opening almost every suited ace.
Right.
Yeah, so the
we
worst
look at
ones
the
are the
range?
good, better bluffs.
I
'cause you
think we
get
saw
more
this
folds.
before and he was opening down the ace 3 suited.
Yeah, we looked at this. We were looking at this before and mixing this stuff. Yeah. So the range is, you got some stuff you could take advantage of here with the small 3-bet, but I think we were folding, correct? Skate, you were folding?
Yeah, I'm folding here. I think
Mixing.
yeah, I'm folding.
So we're getting nasty. And then we need to just go a click smaller. 4.5x looks better. And somebody said jamming some of these. Very good.
I said 3-bets on
That
them. I
was
didn't
cat,
think they
yeah.
jammed. I 3-bet fold them, they jammed.
God, this range is.
Look at look at tens. Tens just
Look at
mixing
king,
fold.
queen, king, jack suited. Someone said that. My goodness. Tens, you're hating your life and almost.
Always
I mean,
flipping.
dude, I've lost. I would just never fold tens here. I need to be better. Nope.
Nah.
8s and 9s seem easy. Tens are tough. Tens are definitely tough.
Everybody's in here still like looking at it, and it's like still like looks hard.
Always notice, like, look at the flatting range. It's almost non-existent.
I mean, yeah, like
1.2%.
Like how much EV? It's just losing money. God, tens are just losing a shitload of money. I'm sick. All right. Skate you around? You doing this or are you GG? No, you good. Let's go ahead.
Still around.
Oh, you're still all right, cool. V pipping your suited nines here. Yay or nay? Simple, yay or nay. Are you V pipping all your suited nines? That's pretty much what this is asking.
Yeah.
Yes. Look at the configuration of the table. What's the worst offsuit king you open here? And suited king. What's the worst suited king you would open in a spot looking at this table?
Well, I mean, considering primarily the blind having 6 big blinds and you could jam when a tighter match and say, I don't know, king 10 suited. I guess.
King 10 suited?
King 10.
Oh boy, sit haps.
Oh, you said the strongest.
You're opening. I asked you. You have 9-10 you're opening here, and then you tell me you're opening king 10 suited. Come on, bro. You know you're opening at least king 9, king 8. Court awareness, Skate. Court awareness,
Yeah.
my friend.
But what about
Set
that
abs,
big
what's the
blind that
range?
he jammed?
Who cares?
Yes,
Snap his ass off. Put some money.
I'll open
Yeah.
ace-6 suit. I'll open ace-X off. I'll open a king-X suit, king-9 off. I'll
King 9
open
off.
all suited broadways, suited connectors to the 5-4. In real life, I will have goes to 3-2s.
Yeah, my range would be out of control here. I think, in real life.
Deuce plus. I'll go with king. I'd say king 9 off. I'll say queen 10 off.
Offsuit,
jack 10
offsuit
off.
10s. Oh yeah, offsuit 10. So you see, Sahab, you've been here too long to be saying two offsuit 10s next to each other like that.
Yeah.
You're wasting. We can't be. We have a lot of people here. We got to be clean with our ranges and our time and be structured better. Come on, baby. Offsuit 10s. Ace 5 off plus. Am I opening all my offsuit aces? Maybe at some tables. All my suited aces, all my offsuit aces, all my pairs. King 4, king 5 suited plus. Some of my suited 8s maybe as well. All my suited 9s, offsuit 10s. King 8, king 9 off. King 9 off. Ace 5 off. All the offsuit. For some of the suited 8s, king 6. You could probably get ridiculous in some piss low tournaments where people aren't playing back in these spots in real life. You got tougher people behind, you're gonna have to play pretty close to this. 100% open here, Skate. And then yeah, king 10, you know you got to be in here with king at least 8. And then all the suited ones, my man.
I'm
All right,
just like,
Skate.
you know, cash player.
No, you used to them cash ranges, my friend. You know this. We work on cash. I know this. Them cash ranges be tight and big. Get jammed on, and you have 8, 9 suited. Are you calling this? And if you aren't calling, what are you calling with? Still on you, Skate.
Yeah,
You-
I'm calling this. Why not? Suited connector.
So you said a suited connector. Are you calling 6, 7 suited? 4, 5 suited? When does the madness stop? 2, 3 suited is a suited connector.
It stops at 3-2.
Stop! You're not calling 3-2 suited here, are you?
No, I'm not. But I mean, it stops at 4-5.
Okay, you're calling 4, 5.
5 plus.
You're calling all pairs. If you're calling 4, 5, are you calling all your aces?
No. I'm
Yes.
probably calling all suited. And
Okay. We can't be.
4 offsuit plus. I don't know.
So we're folding some aces and calling some 4 highs and 5s highs. Come on, brother. We got a court awareness. Court awareness. Think about our ranges. Let me see who else is in here. Joey, what are you calling here with? We are in the money as well.
Yeah, we just broke the bubble.
Yep.
We need about 45% equity against the shove range, so maybe 5s or 6s plus ace 9, ace 8, somewhere around there. All the Broadway suited. King 9 suited, king 7 suited.
King 7 suited plus. Suited 9s.
Ace 5 suited.
And ace 5 suited.
Maybe skipping ace 6, but this would be a fold to me.
And Skate is Skate's calling 4 or 5 suited here. Sheesh. Audie, what are you calling here with? If you're still here. Audie? You here?
I've been trying to figure out what I would call this with, to be honest. I don't know if I would call it 9 suited.
Okay. How about, are you calling all your aces in this spot?
I think all
suited and suited?
all suited aces for sure.
Okay.
And
Man, people's ranges are. I'm hearing all kind of different ranges in this spot.
This
and
is a weird
why
one.
this is good work.
We're deep and bubble burst, right? What,
Correct.
am I calling
Yeah.
this? I feel like this is a weird one.
Skate's
I feel
calling.
like- I feel like I'm calling this.
I asked about the ace X because, dude, it seems ridiculous to fold an ace X.
Yeah, but I definitely miss like queen 7 suited, queen 6 suited. And then some of the weaker king, maybe king 7-0.
Yeah, I would miss king 7-0. I would be calling
Wow.
offsuit. No, I'd be calling king 9 off, snapping it. Unsure
Yeah.
about king 8. Knowing that some of these suited connectors do really well in these spots for 6 and it doesn't affect our utility, never folding an ace. I'd probably be calling king 4.
Probably.
King,
Yeah, I was
king
gonna say
4
I was gonna
suited
miss
plus.
king 2, king 3 as well. Maybe king 4.
Calling all my pairs. So I'd be a hair tighter with some of my. I'd miss the king 2. I'd miss the queen 6, queen 7. I'd miss king 7, king 8 at some frequency. This queen 9 seems sussy.
I'd miss a
Yeah,
lot
but-
of stuff, dude.
It's
The
tough.
solver's wrong. I call
Once
6-7
the,
all day.
Once
It's
the bubble
printing a little
bursts,
bit.
we get a lot more leeway to start playing poker again. You know, when you're on the 5 out stone bubble, things get
Yeah.
weird and tight.
Oh,
and
yeah.
3-bet on
Then
you.
you start folding because
Second
his
it
range
bursts,
first in.
yeah.
This is your all-in range from the hijack as well. This is your range you need to say GG with. Offsuit 10s is the way I would look. King 9 off. All my suited aces, all my suited kings, and suited 8s plus.
Well,
7-8 suited plus, all my pairs.
I pretty much had this range, but I thought we'd have to be a bit tighter than his shoving range to call.
Right. Nah, we're still calling off like, yeah, this is their range. This is our range on the left that we call off with, and this is the range on the right. Cool, Skate. You awake now? We got one more hand here. You awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ace
I'm a
King
little.
will wake
I woke
that
up a
ass
little
up.
scared.
I woke up a little shook today.
Well,
You're in the
Okay.
money.
Yeah. Let's.
I have to give you the hint.
Okay. We're in position against EP. We could probably go ahead and 3x here. So I would 3-bet for sure.
What size? You said 3x?
Six. Yeah, 3x. 6 big blinds or so.
Okay. What are you doing here with your pocket 8s, pocket 9s, pocket 10s, those kind of hands?
Okay.
Ace 10, ace jack off. Are you flatting? Do you 3-betting?
I don't think I'm getting the correct odds to set mine, so I would fold 8s. Probably fold 9s and then start.
Whew.
Oh man, I need to study.
Yeah, tournaments are different for you, man. I put
CP.
you on the spot. I know you're a cash game guy. It's cool.
Yeah.
This is why the intricacies of tournaments are disgusting.
Yeah, disgusting. I don't even know what to do when 10 is probably mixing.
What a
like,
difference
I don't
like
know, I don't
5
know.
blind makes, right? Like 40 bigs is much different than 35, is much different than 45. Like you got to know every little nuance.
Gate only works in 100 big plus world. so this is
ICM,
tough
no
one.
ICM.
Yes.
So that's fair. He said he's 3-betting this and folding. I can't spend too much time in the state of indecision. We have to be decisive or just make a snap, be wrong really quick or something. If you don't know, just say fold.
I hope
Whatever you would do in game. Like,
I hope I'm not.
call, speed decisions, like the waddling in between. Just try to be decisive as you would need to be in game. If your timer was going off, you would have to click something or your hand would get mucked. Maybe you do just muck.
I just wish I was more confident in MTTs. I mean, yeah. I'm a
building
confident
the
person. I
confidence
just don't-
even when you're wrong, even when you're wrong, like just be confident in like some of the areas you generally, and even if you're wrong, who gives a shit here, right? Like if I say,
Yeah.
and with ace king here, if 3-betting is the best and I have ace king here, and I say, yeah, I like to flat here sometimes, and 3-bet is the answer, it's okay, right? Then you learn, oh, I should be 3-betting every time here. And that's what this group is for. So don't be scared. Even you're not trying to be right here. You're just trying to be honest, right? About what you normally do. And we can help you more from doing that, you know. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
snap 3-bet. this for me every time. And yeah, I mean, here's a range where you do have some flats, and look at this. I ask about this region, some flats there. Right? 8s, 9s, you really don't know what to do. It feels too strong to fold and you feel like you need to VPIP. Yeah, and your sizing here, Skate, you set 3x. Since he's at 20 big blinds effective, I don't think you necessarily need to go 3x. I make this autopilot mistake sometime in game when I'm playing a lot of tables and then just 3x, but it's actually less than 2.5x. It's 2.25. So you would go like 4.5 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, since you have a very
Okay,
strong
yeah.
condensed, and you can mix in some bluffs here as well with that. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
this
cool.
is interesting because I'm like, yeah, oh, I need a also set mine. That's the cash player mentality, but that's not the case here.
No, it's not even a set mine. I mean, I think the benefit that you're going to see in MTTs, especially at the stakes you're playing, or people are going to see bet when they shouldn't out of position, or they're just not going to be. They're not going to play as well as you can play in position. If they check, you can stab small, so you get a lot of flexibility as well versus their range by mixing some flats. I missed the 40 big blind stack of small blind. I thought a lot more would be jamming. I missed the 40 big blind stack. Oh, yeah. Nope. Yep. No more jamming because he's here, right? You don't get to do a lot of it, DB. Yep. I wanted to get to 15 hands. All right, get me to 15 hands, Skate. Like we talked about, decisiveness. Opening this, yes or
All
no?
right. No, this I'm folding. Yeah, folding 100%.
Are you opening 9-10 off? Yes or no?
I'm not sure. I would prefer 9-10 suited.
Of course. I would love it too. But 9-10 off. Are you opening your offsuit 9s on the button?
Yes. Yeah, I'm opening some. Yes. I'm not sure if I'm opening all, but yes.
That will be your bottom, sir. How about all your aces? Are you folding ace deuce off here in this setup in the money? Would you fold ace deuce to these guys?
Yeah, I would say ace deuce. I don't like ace deuce as a wheel ace. I would say maybe ace 4 plus as far as off, and suited would be maybe the same thing, or just maybe all suited aces.
Okay, I like. Thank you for being kind of decisive and being honest with how you think about and approach the situation. That's very good. DB, what's your opening range here?
Yep.
You got a mic or Najee? I think this is a fold and solver, but on the you got a. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
What do you? Oh, it's all good. What is your opening range here, my man? How do you interpret the situation? Or how do you use your range here? Like, are you opening your offsuit 8s, 9s, 10s in the money here? Does it change much for you than chip EV?
I might tighten up by 1 pip. So chip EVs, suited 5s, offsuit 8s, maybe go suited 6s, offsuit 9s, ace 3 off plus, all the aces, all king X suited, all the pairs.
Ooh, kind of liking what I hear. So you're gonna open. Are you opening king 7 off?
That's probably the bottom for me.
Yeah, it's close with being like if the small blind doesn't cover us, man, I think we get to go a pip wider, right? Like I think it can be that delicate in some situations, at least for me as well. If I'm covered or not, it's going to make a big difference on how my range is going to expand or track by a pip. But yeah, if I cover here, I might close my eyes and open in an exploit sense versus tight opponents. But I would fold this and offsuit 9s and maybe some 8s would be in there. Yep, offsuit 8s. Look at this. Some 2 tights in there, boys and girls. This range is nasty. It's a big ass range. So yeah, we can be a bit tighter in the money as well, DB. Like, look how much looser it gets with the suited 5s in there. Pretty much all the suited queens.
Look, I'm too large on the bottom.
Yeah, we go 50% of our range in this spot. And I imagine like even though we're covered here, so this is good for me to see as well. Well, I just needed an extra excuse to play wider in the spot. This is great.
Hey, I knew ace 2 off was mix and fold.
Why are you looking at the folds? Out of all that range, you find a little sliver of a fold you want to make. Are you insane?
Yeah.
I see that, and it's a full frequency open. I say, oh, like, oh, I can open it every time. It's in there. I didn't even see
Okay.
that sliver. How do you find that? You're a sicko, Skate.
Cash player.
Cash player. I would open every time. This is fun. 35 bigs effective. This is always a pretty cool spot. We are in the money. 30 bigs effective. BBB. Flatting a lot. Are you raising this, Skate? Are you just completing?
Oh, hang on. We're not in the money. This is the bubble.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Money bubble. I tried to debate him. You ruined it for me, Joey. Shit.
Well, even better. More pressure. Yeah, I would. Yeah, 3x.
3xing. It's gonna be hard to nail down your entire strategy, BBB here from a raising perspective, but Molten Ashes says limp. Joey, what are you doing here? You ruined my plans.
I don't know. My first assumption is on the bubble, we wouldn't have as many limps as we would have CEV. So I think I'd rather put pressure on him with a raise than limping.
What you said is true and untrue at certain stack depths. It's funny because if we stop the training right now and you looked at a BBB sim of the money bubble at sub 20 and shit like that, there is practically no completing. And we'll look at that because I think it's a spot where infinite money is lost, on money bubbles, infinite. So, Skate wants to raise this, going 3x. Joey, you said you were 3xing this as well?
Yeah,
Look at this. Mostly limps.
it's in there.
It's in there. It's fine. Ton of limping. Look at aces. Limping is pimping.
Oh, okay.
Why so much limping? Because of
Our stack
the
that we're
payout?
deeper utility. We
Also-
don't want to play very bloated pots at 35 effective. At this stack depth at 40, you're
Yeah,
raising less and less and less.
I mean, if you have
Yeah.
things like king queen suited here, queen jack suited, and you raise and get 3-bet, it's fucking hell. You don't want to do that, right? Just limp
Yeah.
call and see a flop with a pretty
Also-
hand. And since you're 1 second, Joey, and since you're limping with so much of your range, you limp the strong stuff too to protect your limping range. Go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, also, I forgot about this, but there's a gap in the middle, like between 25 and 35, where you don't want to raise as much because they can shovel on you quite a bit and put you in hell.
Right. But yeah,
Okay,
this
that
is
makes
good. This
more
is
sense.
15.
Thanks, guys.
No, that was really good. Skate, well done, man. I know I always joke with you a little bit. You're my boy. You're from the cash game streets, and I know the tournament stuff, especially the intricate tournament stuff like money bubbles and stuff like that, is going to be quite difficult for you. So thank you for sticking it through
No,
and doing your best.
and yeah, and thank you for for all the like you're not gonna get anywhere if like please, thank you, oh doing a good job. I like to be
Nah.
challenged.
They have to challenge you guys and keep it real, and yeah, that's what we're here for. We ain't here to waste time. We have to improve, man. We want to make the money.
Yeah.
As you can see, we got some work to do. It's a spot we don't study a lot, but 57% is a struggle bus. And I mean, it makes sense. A lot of these spots were tough as hell. But before we take a break, then come back, look at marked hands, I think we do a quick run through at some of the spots on these money bubbles that I think it'll be fun to look. We could change it up and do another run of different ICM stuff. What do you guys vote in chat? One, if you want to do different, more in the money, if you want to go in the money and look at some in the money work and drill ranges there, or two, if you want to do the marked hands when we come back. 2 for marked hands, 1 for this. I'll come back and tally them up. But remember, if you want to look at, I mean, I have marked hands we'll get to at the end. But if you want to look at marked hands, you're not providing any. I have nothing to look at. But yeah, let's take a look at BBB real quick. 10% of the field, 17.5 is that. row stack, and we'll go 20 bigs, BVB, small blind, first in. That's a lot of activity. There's a little bit calling in there as well. God, this range is tough as hell. How about at 15? What was I thinking? Yeah, this is the range I'm thinking about. So at 15, BB, big blinds, BVB, on the money bubble, you do practically no completing. And this is very important. And this is a mistake that I see at the small stakes, just on repeat every single day I play. You get to a money bubble and people are going to grief the hell out of this spot. You'll see it in your games today. You'll be on a money bubble, 15 big, somebody's going to just limp in. And yeah. But from the big blind versus limp at 15, you don't go crazy, especially versus people who don't have really established ranges like this. Still get to complete a lot and use a lot of offsuit ace-X and try not to lose control of your body. I missed this all the time as well. This is confine these. This is all easy. Raising small for action with this and just kind of completing the rest of this. But I think it's important to see this range. How about at 10 in the small blind? Are we jamming our entire fucking range? And if you're curious what 17.5% of the field remaining, it means 35 players are remaining and 30 cash. And when you have 10 bigs in the small blind, what are you supposed to do? ET, what are you supposed to do? Jam your entire range.
Yes, sir. You gotta tell me, Choice.
Yeah, 7 deuce is the raise fold, and then aces as well. So you're balanced. Your raising range is balanced with 7 deuce and aces.
I'm assuming this is symmetric, right?
7 deuce?
Yes. I mean, yeah, we're both, it's 10 effective, you and somebody else short. But let's see if we can find a 10% field asymmetric, right? Or 17. There is no 17. Oh, there is. All right. We'll look at some small blind, big blind configurations that are good. You know you're gonna jam any two for that. They don't have any real short where we're really short in either spot. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the big
they-
blind.
Like the 1254.
They
That's
have a
something I was
12 in
looking
the 12 in there, 1232.
Oh, right here. Yeah, let's look. So in the small blind, BBB, you have 12 bigs. First in versus 50. You ain't going all that crazy when they have you that covered, but you are
Wow.
going ham.
Look how tight you are.
Compared to when you're both just 10 effective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be looser than that.
Really? I'm looking at it. It looks pretty clean to me. I mean, we can't go that. We have 12 as opposed to 10 as well. That's going to make a slight difference.
Can you show me when there's like big
I
stacks,
think-
like 30s?
Excuse me?
Can you show the big stacks? I came in late. If we're like at 30 blinds, symmetric.
Yeah. 30 bigs, BVB. Like, so we're covered. So we're in the small blind, right? Which one are we on? Small blind has 34, big blind has 42 in this iteration, and we're playing pretty straightforward. Like, we're just not really out of line. Especially when we're covered. How about when we are covering like 42 in a small blind, we have a big blind that we have a 2x on. This is a good one to see. How much are we punishing this dude from the small blind when we're in a big blind? 42 bigs in a small blind, and then the big blind just has 18. We wreck them. You never complete to them with any of your range, and you raise 3x or jam on them.
Yeah, they don't get to play the video game.
They don't get to play the game on the money bubble. And I think people are completing in this spot, autopilot completing hands here. So you can imagine how much EV we can still gain by studying and getting good at this spot. Some of our instincts, if we're not used to this, are just complete some hands or use a different size or walk him with 10-3 off, right? Or 9-4 off, just walk him. No, you punish him. What else do we have that would be interesting in that ballpark?
What do you do in the real world? Because like I'm pretty aggressive out of the blinds, but what do you do when you get like a
We gotta go
guy
look
who
at
just
that.
doesn't give a fuck and fights back at you? Then do you like tighten up a little if he shows he's willing to battle?
I mean, we have a read, and if they're VPIP and their numbers say so, you'd be a fool not to, right? You have to make those adjustments. These are just fundamental baselines, right?
So I-
Set
I'm-
has.
I can actually
I-
answer that question
Yes.
pretty good. So like I was looking at a spot.
But I would
Yeah.
still take the opens, most of the opens, until they really prove it, because we still have a lot of pressure. Go ahead, Cap. I mean, cut you off, buddy.
Here's what I saw. So yesterday I had a hand. I had 10-5 suited on the small blind. I had a good covering stack, 34 bigs. Big blind had 15. We're at the final table. And I was wondering what to do with 10-5 if it folded to me. So I ran it. I thought it was close. And we jammed like 60% of our raise. 10-5 is a pure jam. But then I adjusted
His calling
the
range.
big blinds range because he's supposed to fold some aces. And I had him call just all the ace X, and our jam range is almost pure, turns in almost a pure limp.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to adjust some of these ranges versus some of your opponents when you get the read. Like some of these games, for instance, some of these jams on global or sites where I have a huge edge deep in these things, I don't love it. Because I think I get just the same amount of information by just raising. The EV is about the same, and then they have more traps and stuff like that, but they play pretty straightforwardly versus the raise. So even mixing some of this all-in range, I think would be good for you. These offsuit aces are just the raw equity of them are pretty high, so I really like keeping these in your ranges jams. But some of this range, I think it's going to be important for you to differentiate. Rather, it's going to be good for you to jam versus this opponent, or just use a raising strategy in this field because you have a pretty big edge. If that makes any sense. Because the EV between the two are just already going to be close and fine. Cool. So let me see what I'm doing when I get back. What the votes are. Man, it seems like there's more twos. More people want to get through the mark 10s. All right, let's take a quick break. I'm gonna take 5 minutes, grab the kids some snack, get some water myself. Then when I come back, we're gonna look through the marked hands. If you have any, take this time to bring those here, post the link in chat. There's various things you can use. And then we'll talk about those and be able to run some situations as well. But I'll be back, guys.
Yeah, so what it's worth in that spot, like as far as I go, like I am still jamming really aggressively unless I already have the player tagged as someone who calls off too wide.
At this point, you can use that's the standard range to use, but the opponent you're gonna face not gonna play perfect GTO, that's for sure. Some guys on the table is gonna be a 60 VPIP. You need to be a bit wider in your range.
So let me see if I save these screenshots. Let me see what I have here. Yeah, so let's see. This is the jamming range. If it had folded to us, it didn't fold to me, but this is if it did. That's our jamming range. And they're supposed to call off this. Where the fuck is this at? Yeah, they're supposed to call this off. But if find these images, if they call off, just say all the aces basically, And the other range pretty much remains the same. But this is like, suppose they don't fold aces. And they call off that range instead. This is, look what it does to our range. This is amazing. Where'd it go? This is how we change. This is how our range changes. It's wild, man.
Yep.
Look at that.
You're a nerd.
Look at that.
Oh, I'll just change quite a bit.
So look at the first, compare the first image and the last image, and that is just basically if the big blind is not going to fold a few of his ace X hands that he's supposed to. That's how drastically that range changes. But now you're jamming all your aces, mostly, because you want to have ace blockers. And he's calling off other stuff that's worse. It's wild.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
But I got tags on people like this that I know won't fold an ace if I do that too. Like, so it's good to know these things.
In tournament, I'm jamming too low in my big blind. Like in the solver, that 15 big blind you can jam if you're a small blind, almost all your range. I thought it was at around 6 big blind that you can start doing this, maybe more, 10.
I don't know, man. I have some like 30 blind jams from the small blind. Open rips.
Oh, I'm not finding the jam no way I'm jamming if you're not 12 BB or less.
If it folds to you,
If it falls to me and I have like a 15 big blind, I'm gonna raise the range I'm gonna play. I'm
Oh,
never
man.
going to all in.
pull up the chart for 20 big, slip to the small blind, like ace 2-0, just pure all in.
Oh no,
Dude.
I'm not talking about the small blind. Yes, the small blind is another story. I was talking like a button, cutoff, hijack, jack. So a small blind, yes. If you're gonna raise, you're gonna be in deep shit. So yes,
Yeah,
maybe
just rip it.
just repeat, yeah.
All right. Awesome. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna kind of just pick these out. If I do pick your hand history and you have any context or anything you'd like to add, any reads on the opponent, what inflection point we're at in the tournament, money bubble, whatnot, all that helps. I'm gonna go back and see if anybody posted anything at the beginning when I request it. If you did post something at the beginning and I miss it, if you want to move it back down, because we have a lot of messages today, that would be very helpful. Pucks has one. I found the first one. Pucks has a hand. Here's my worst punt in a while. All right. I'll show you a hand I had last night as well that was pretty tough.
Been there, brother.
Yep. Yeah, I've got millions of punts, brother. It's all good. All right, so Pucks, you have anything here? God, I can't go all the way back in chat. This is busted. All right, cool. Never mind. Pucks, no early in the MTT, no real reads. Sweet. All right, cool. So ace, queen. Ooh. ET, whoa. ET, what are you doing here?
I am. He raised this
3x plus 1 MP call, small blind 3x.
I'm
90
probably
effective.
I'm probably gonna put in a light 4.
To
put it
what
up to, like,
size?
make it like 28.
28. Okay. 4 bet for set apps to 24. This is good to look at. This is good to see. Cheap to win. What are you doing? I know what I'm doing instantly.
I'm scared. She gone.
Okay, that's fine.
She gone.
He gone. He gone. All right, he gone. Toe, what are you doing here? God's big toe.
Hang on. Is there another toe? I'm folding.
I'm out of here 100% of the time.
Wow, making toe look bad.
Nope, I'm folding every single time here. I know toe sucker. I know that dude.
Too strong, too linear in that SB.
It's too strong, especially in real life. I think we're just going to be doing pretty terribly here. We're going to end up putting in what, a third of our stack and folding to some hands we might potentially be flipping with. Like, I just hate this. We have full 3X's here to worry about from EP, a call, and then this squeeze is likely just very strong, man. It's like
also like we do have a lot of squeezes
kings
from the small blind here, but people are going to under squeeze, not over squeeze.
and then ace
They're
queen
not-
is not going to be doing great, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah, they're just tighter here most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Especially
it's
too,
gamble-
like early position open, early position call. You got to be a little worried because, yeah, Bahamut just said that too, because the ranges are condensed.
Yeah, and we could do the work and kind of look at this at a multi-way situation and see like what your range should be here. First, let's see what Pucks does.
Do we ever make a 25 and fold? Oh, there
Well,
we
he
go.
did about that.
I mean, it's spicy. Like if this guy's, I'd have to know the guy gets out of line, or at least is capable in the small blind.
Fair.
Otherwise, I'm folding.
Well, what size would you go, Cap, after you did that though?
10 bigs.
10 bigs. I might go 10% here with at this SPR. We can probably do that, or a quarter or 20% pot, 10
Yeah,
to
do like
20% pot.
25%.
Nah, 25% is probably too big. We could probably go smaller. 25% is the God-given autopilot, but you'll see iterations where we can go smaller than that. You can definitely go 10%. It's allowed. 20% allowed. 15% is going to be allowed as well. Fine, quarter. It goes actually 20% or something. Yeah, this is good. Well, now what do you do? Cap, you did like
I
a
just
bet there.
bet really small again, and I'm going to jam a diamond on the river or give up.
Bet really small again. So what's really small?
Well, I would have went a little smaller than he did, but still, like I would just go like the same size again. So, I'd go, yeah, 20% is, man, it's getting dicey. So that's 15. That gives us 40, the pots. So I just go, yeah, like 12 again. I mean, that's what I would do if I had aces. So,
okay. But
I mean-
aces need any protection at all, and maybe mix checks here to
not when
allow.
yeah, I
I
don't worry
would.
about protection if I got aces here.
I mean, I would, yeah, well, I'm just considering if I actually had aces and did that, I would fucking never bet the turn. I would just check the turn every time. There's like, especially with the ace of diamonds, like, I want to make it look like a failed c-bet attempt with ace queen or ace queen when I have. So if I have pocket aces, I would literally just check the turn every time.
Yeah.
Personally.
So maybe
Especially with the ace of diamonds. Free. Yeah, this is interesting. Let's see what we do. He checks and we punt jam. And
I would have checked the turn too.
GG, it's always going to be aces or kings. And when I see this small ass and deucey size versus it, we can't be results oriented. He set punt in there as well. I don't hate the aggressive mistakes. Most people in chat were just going small-ish on turn as well to continue the story. I would think if I have pocket aces here, they would need no protection. Maybe even kings with the king of diamond could mix a little bit as well. Personally, if I have kings with the king of diamonds and did this, I might even mix getting a little bit nasty there. But yeah. How did this pot get so big? We machine gun this shit off. We went for it. We just played aggro. It's cool. And our hand looks very strong in real life when we do this, right? If this guy's any kind of loose aggressive, but a lot of these guys are nits. And
we get the
follow
badass
through.
points for having a bluff.
Yeah, we do. We actually have bluffs in our range. We're dangerous. Most people are just nitties. Pucks is a dangerous man. But yeah, maybe we can't run it, but from the multi-way action, whatever, we don't need to run. We would probably go small, and then some people want to, I would probably just give up a lot or go very small. But let's see pre-flop what our squeezing range is, right? I think that can be important to see.
Yeah, that might have been the blunder there. Like, we don't even know yet. That could have just been fun.
I'm
Yeah,
out of there.
so-
I'm folding 100% of the time pre-flop. So
I like the
maybe I'm
aggression.
too tight.
Against the right players. I like
So,
it.
if I understand this, and because I have some ace jack, ace queen that I use as a 4-bet bluffs.
We can't do it like that.
If it's
because
because if it's multi-way, you can do it. It's against one on heads up that you can make a 4-bet bluff with ace jack, ace queen. King
GTO
queen.
Wizard will let you do it.
Cold
yeah, I'm
four
trying
bet.
to think of how to do it. I can do it here,
It's a
right?
cold-
I think
it's
it's
a
called,
cold-
I think it's called
Cold
four
four
bet.
bet.
Yeah, it's a cold 4.
And then 3-bet is SB.
Ah, yeah. So we're in the but we're in a BB. This SB is there, and then the pre-flop razor is there. I mean, we don't even have the flatter in there. And then this is our range. Like
Yeah.
it's just god tier nutty. Like queens are shook. No, what? That's disgusting.
See, the extra flatter might juice it a little bit more
Ta-
because there's more dead money in there
But
potentially.
ain't no ace queen off ain't gonna creep in there. I tell you
Gotta
that
get
shit
it in
right
there.
now. You're
Trying to help
trying
him.
real hard to get in there. God help you trying to get
Trying
that
to
in
help him
there.
out because I backed them up.
I mean, hijack the 3-bet. You're hijack open, 3-bet small blind. You're in a big blind with 100 deep. Ace queen still shook.
How many
Cut off
players-
open, small blind 3-bet. You're in the big blind. All these little marginal ass hands where you like to do stuff with is just ace 5 little squeezes. Nope. Doesn't like it. Button open, small blind 3-bet. We have to get nasty here, right? No flat. You have no flatting range in this spot.
GTO Wizard might have the range.
Yeah, we can look at it.
I posted the big blind range after the early open call small blind 3-bet is in the chat.
I got you. We'll just go to GTO Wizard. and
So he's
see.
king off jams. No ace queen still. Ace queen suited a little bit.
I think it's good spots to see because I imagine it could be easy. Don't make me log in again. Let's just say, he had like 100. Let's just say 100 to
I
make it
say
easy.
I ran it 100.
Boom. Let's just do it like that. I think it was technically +1 and then low jack, correct? I just like to be correct. As close as we can. It was +1. Yep. +1. Call.
Well, the difference is, I think that was 9-handed, so it might be better
Yeah.
to use under the gun.
That was 9-handed, so you
Oh,
should
for fuck's sake.
use under the gun.
Yeah, you're right though. Because we're 8-handed though. That's a good call. And then we squeeze from here. Big blind range. Jamming a little bit, even with 100 with ace, king, and kings. Ace queen is dust though.
How big of a punt?
All of it. If you look at the EV, oh, it's not crazy. It's only losing a big and a half.
If you don't lose your stack.
if there's somehow the rest of I mean, this is kind of crazy to see. You get ace queen suited in this spot, and it's almost hard not to lose control of your body and make a raise, but it's not printing too bad. So I see it, if you have really aggressive opponents, it's hard not to, but they're also an EP, which makes it a little sick. All right, cool. Let's look at more marked hands. Let's see what else we got. Thank you, Pucks, for sharing a punt with us. I have one that I shared with Till last night. I'll just bring up really quick as well. It's already ran, and the spot sucked ass. So let's show some pain. Let me see, Toe. It's from last night.
Got a pre-flop spot I could share too. It's interesting. I ranged it wrong myself, so. Did I save it? Fuck.
All right, obviously we're opening. I could go from men to 2-3, and I think it's completely fine. Doesn't matter much. What are you doing here, Cap? Jamming,
I
calling.
was looking for something. So, let's see. Button, cutoff, hijack, low jack. We open a 3-bet. Oh, man, I look for a note right away. So, I mean, you gotta call.
Careful. Set haps. Are you ever jamming this or anything? Or just always calling?
On this one, from the bottom, I'm jamming for sure.
Yeah, I was considering jamming as well. I was not sure what to do. And I'll need to look at this spot. I haven't looked at the pre-flop solution for a check, but I feel like calling was reasonable. So we're definitely gonna check. And he just goes small in his standard. Any check raising here, pocket sand, are you check raising or check calling?
Who'd you ask?
Pocket sand. He's in the chat. Check raise. What size would you go? Check raise for John. Hey, what's up, John Silver? Good to see you, fam. 100% call for, like, this is going to be good to see. Check raise.
I'm check raising this for fucking show.
Check raise. It's kind of a situation in a 3-bet pot where I'm thinking, like, what 3-bet bluffs would I have? He has way more ace king in his range, and maybe I want my range to be disguised to look like an under pair, a middling pair a lot as well, and allow him to have more bluffs. I don't need a ton of protection, and he's going to 3-bet c-bet his entire fucking range.
I heard
hate it.
ET's
That was
voice
my-
in my head. I heard ET's voice in my head and had to double check to make sure I was in the right fucking study group.
ET's in the house. I know, it's nice to see.
Yeah, nobody's in the office.
Machine guns here. The whole goddamn family showed up today.
Yeah, my dudes. I did wonder if, since in a 3-bet pot, my thoughts were the way I think about these situations, my thoughts instantly go to, all right, do I have any small leads on diamond turns when we show up here with the more condensed calling range than the c-betting range here? And how does my range look like showing up? And can I just go quarter pot here for a few different reasons? Not sure in game I didn't do it, but I do think it's something, if I look at a solver and it shows me, I'll make the adjustment and make the mistake one less. So I do think standard is going to be to check this spot a lot.
I had the same thought as you
Board
there.
wasn't paired, you might have some leads, but I'm not sure with a paired board.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure either. I know on a non-pair board, I'm doing it like a lot more at a much higher frequency. Maybe not hitting it 100% correct every time, but I would hit it more often. But not being sure of this solve, I'm just going to go more standard. Why are we leading this sometimes? Well, Adi, I would say in a theoretical sense, maybe not in the sense of a paired board here, but in situations where villain's going to be showing up with their entire range, where they 3-bet, c-bet all the hands in his range, and then I'm going to be folding out a lot of garbage, and I show up with the more condensed range on turn, then we kind of shift the range advantage and we get some leads. And you'll see that in some solves as well.
Especially when a draw hits.
Especially when the draw gets there and he's going to show up with way more hands in his range, then we've condensed our range by calling. So we're going to have some stronger hands in our range because we folded out a lot of garbage. It's kind of deep and technical, but I did think it might apply to this situation. And I want to run this here right after this check, but I did kind of standard. And this is where I needed to run this. Is anybody jamming right now?
Yeah.
I'm boat mining.
No, not at this point.
Don't we need a diamond?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna. Maybe we need a diamond to jam. I mean, I'm not sure.
I think in game I like tanked all the way down, and I think like never folding, not from a folding sense ever, obviously from a calling or from a check jamming standpoint with this SPR. And I think when we look at the solver, it's mixing. in this spot. So if you do like jamming it's fine, but it prefers calling a little bit more, but you can jam it. And I always get in this, I swear to God, I'm in this spot so fucking much, and I call, and what do you think happens?
Yep.
Like,
Well,
dude,
he's gonna call anyhow. The thing is, you don't get the value
Bro.
from his draws.
Well, you also don't get the value from a lot of his bluffs and worse value hands that he might just 1, 2, 3 on the river as well. So it's a double-edged sword, and a solver also agrees with that. And I find maybe it's mental, and when you're running bad, it feels like this never and you don't show the hand when you just bowed up, right? Or it's a hand and it's nothing, and you just win the pot. And you only remember it when it's painful. But when you check it, he does that, you can't call. I mean, the solver's just going to pure fold, like speaking too much. But let's run this as a family and see if the check raise army on the turn is correct more often. The flop was interesting for me as well. I think I pure call too much, but maybe it's a thing.
Yeah, I think we can go like 2.5x there, 2.25x some frequency, and then I like to jam on the turn myself.
What am I doing? I thought we could do. We were 30 effective, and then I opened and got 3-bet. And I was in the low jack because I was in.
Yeah, no, low jack.
Yeah, I was in the low jack, correct.
Hijack.
So,
Low jack.
Low jack. Low jack.
cut off,
Oh, I
hijack,
didn't
low
see,
jack. Yep.
I didn't see the other player.
Yep. Low jack open. Button did not use this size. So we're already kind of in a weird realm. I mean, I'll kind of could go to the ICM realm because we are like maybe 50%, 40% of the field remaining here. But just look at it in a general sense. Are we ever just ripping pre-flop? Set hat said yes. The solver says hell no. Just call. In the low jack with this hand, you will get mix some rips there with king queen suited. The ace queen, I'm probably ripping that way too much. These ace queens. 10s plus, 9s plus can mix. Ace 4, ace 5 are our bluffs, but we call. It was king.
So if we
Go ahead.
check raise, we were check raising some under pairs too, I imagine, right? And draws.
And some ace X air.
I think the
it's-
5 was a deuce.
Was it?
Nah.
Oh, it was the deuce.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was.
look at
Yeah,
you.
that's it.
Hey,
Sorry, dude.
well done. Well played. Little bit of leading here. Nastiness. Leading some of these kings. We have so many kings in our range. All right,
Yeah.
so we do
Different thing
check.
you want to do it with under pairs.
Ah,
I guess.
damn it. So this is what I'm saying, why I'm thinking like maybe we have some leads. You know there's c-betting range, and generally in some of these spots we get some leads on turns. And what's our response? A little bit of check raising for the check raise army, but what is it mostly doing here? Calling. So we did
Nice.
not make a mistake.
Check jamming, by the way. I would have went with a clicky size.
Yeah, it's just check ripping it, which is kind of cool to see.
Well-
But you must remember the SPR is a little bit bigger because he went 3x rather than 2.5x.
Right.
Yep. But we're gonna look at it like this because we're
Yeah, the
just trying to
SPR
learn.
was close to 1 on the
And
flop.
10s or 9s are happy to get it in. Pocket 10s, pocket 9s. I thought some under pairs would go along with the, I guess, quote unquote bluff
Oh, God damn it! I was right.
lead.
Yeah, lead
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Shut
I'm
up.
surprised. I was thinking along your lines. I didn't know either, but I was thinking the same damn thing. Sixes.
And you know what? You don't, and that's the cool thing. Like, the great news is, like, although I didn't do something that it's mixing frequency with, you don't make a mistake from an EV perspective by checking. Just knowing that you have this lead makes you a little bit more creative, and it does create some unique opportunities for you to get value, protect your range, and be able to get more chips and spots. So having this in your game is really neat.
And then it adds in like on the flop,
Fuck
it
me.
raised the 10s and 9s, but when we played check, and now on the river, when you go check raise, you get to do it with your 3s, or when you lead, you got your 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s now come in for protection. Because he's really jammed up unless he has a strong hand already.
Yep. And look at this. We are just like, and we don't give him the opportunity to check back hands like pocket aces or pocket queens sometimes. He's going to be compelled to call a small bet here with those hands as well. So it's pretty cool.
And it's
The
draw.
SPR being such, you can just jam as well. And you're betting more than you're checking. It's 60-40. So this is very good to see. And that heuristic applies when they get the bet range in a spot and you call an equity shift on this card. You show up with more flushes and good hands than they do. Sorry, that was long-winded, but we did check in game. And what size did he use? Let's just say.
He went like 25, I think.
He went small again.
All right, let's just say small again. Am I just GG? Nah, it's mixing again. So this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't beat yourself up about some of these situations just because the good thing didn't happen that you wanted to happen. Something bad happened. The EV between the decisions are all like neutral.
Now, if he has a diamond, he's not folding anyway.
Calling is higher, you know, it's not folding anyway, right?
Oh.
And then a turn was just a heartbreaker. No leading here.
You have to call.
Nah, G.
What's his range? It's like all
Hell
flushes.
to the no. No. You're
King,
dead.
queen, your best king calls with a better kicker. Once the queen.
Well, these
kicks-
are both.
That's a boat.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a really good kicker.
The ones unblocking shit are calling a little bit more, but it's
Yeah.
not like great to have a jack in our hand either,
King
right?
yeah, king 10 it likes, but king 5, king 6, that's interesting. They're not
Yep.
making much either, though.
So pure fold. I mean, I see this as the pure fold
Me too.
in real life.
Oh,
As-
there's
but
a
in
bit
point-
of green.
Yeah, look at you, sad ass, you son of a bitch. You
Can't
can't help
fold.
yourself.
You can't fold the 3 high flush.
Actually, can't help. Nope, you got to flush, and you can because it's zero
Oh,
EV, zero
zero.
EV. Yeah. But this was a good learning example for this line here. This happens so frequently when in the situation where their range looks like this, and you fold out a lot of trash and you show up with, look what you're showing up with here. A shitload of kings, flushes. Then you got some marginal hands here, but those are protected by all the king X and flushes that you have. So you get here with this range, you get to just put them in a unique spot by just leading some of it. Pretty cool. Yeah, more Martins. Sorry, anyone have any questions or anything?
Someone asked in chat. I was gonna say he put us all in on the river, so we couldn't raise.
No, we couldn't. Yeah, we were just he jammed. I checked it, he went all in, and I have to call it off bad. So I did not. And we probably got bluffed. Let me see what other marked hands we have.
I put a
no,
hand in chat. It's just a range question hand, if anybody wants to look at it. 17 left. We're in a big blind, you say? We have 8s.
We're right here. Fold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We're like, how many are left here? We're in a money bubble.
17. We're in the money.
Queens plus.
That's pretty good.
Literally queens
Yeah.
plus. Like
Not
I'm
even
never.
jacks?
I'm snap folding jacks.
A little tight, queens plus.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, not snap folding jacks, but I'm snap folding 10 jacks or jacks are close. It depends on how soft. This thing is so soft. I'm looking at it now. Like,
I
why
think-
would I?
My hardest hand to deal with here would be like ace king suited.
Yeah, I mean, ace
That
king
just
off,
feels so
queens
marginal.
plus. I'm just sure.
I just put the range in chat. I folded, obviously.
Yeah, queens plus. Anything that's mixing here in the real world, get me out. Queens
Ace queen
plus.
suited. There's no calling.
Ace
though.
queen suited. Yeah,
No, you don't get to
100%.
call anything.
Hell no, no calling. You put the rest of the 13 in. Hopefully you fold something. That's a close spot. Ace queen suited
Question.
would be close as well to a fold for me. I'm keeping it real, but
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that. Thank you.
I mean I'm being 100% honest. In the live tournament, deuces.
Yeah, kings, by the way.
Yeah, good fold. Ace queen suited, I mean, yeah, on stream it's kind of disgusting make those folds, but yeah.
Good fold, but the flop came out 8-8-3.
You know what? I forget what the flop was.
Now that always happens
Uh,
after you fold hand like marginal hands like that, and then you're kicking yourself.
Nah,
Like,
I'm never kicking myself. I'm just on
you
to
can't
something
result
else.
yourself.
Nah. Cheat to
Yeah.
win. What are you doing? Any
Right, this
context
FT on global, so
FT
No.
on global. So right away, I look at this with a chip leader.
yeah.
There's a shitload of dust. There's a point.
I'm looking at
one
point
big six,
3,
seven.
7,
five.
5.
Man, we are just. I mean, we've been
Or-
in. These are kind of normal.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure. Absolutely.
This is GC. So I think a lot of dynamics are going to be switched. A lot of people are just going to play for the
Oh, come on.
GC, bro.
I'm not
Win
gonna,
trophy.
but there's no value in this because it's not real poker.
He's on the
Yeah,
leaderboard.
no one gives a shit.
But I don't think people's
There's
ranges
some
are
good
even
players
close.
though that you run into here, like
Listen, guys, a lot of these players
it's
are in the
not.
sweep. Yeah, a lot of these players end up in the sweeps coins, honestly, because they're free rolling too, right? Like that, isn't that why they play these?
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
what
I
I
just think
hate
the
them.
value of the game, but at the same time, we can't omit anything. I think the level of this tournament it's like the ones, threes, and the $5 tournaments when you get deep.
Okay.
Right.
Early, it's just kind of wild because people
Like
just don't give a shit. But when
I-
you get deep, it plays like a $3 final table, a $1 final table or something.
exactly.
I agree. I mean, I've seen people and I know some of the guys, and some of them take a shit serious for the game and stuff like that. So there will be some learning experience. I don't want to just
Okay, let's not brush it off. I was being an asshole.
I know I kind of was. I was kind of being like that a little bit as well, but I get it. I get it. So we open button, which is 100% standard. We get flatted by the small blind, and we are full frequency c-betting. I mean, I'm just c-betting here every time with this.
Hey, my open, that's the question. My open's fine though, right? Just min, two big blinds.
You should
At
jam.
this table, I would open like 80% of the fucking hands on the button.
And
Or
also
some-
you can
70
open,
hand. I'm not being facetious. I would probably open like 55% of hands here.
So my
I would-
sizing was good, or cap should I have jammed that?
I would
you could have
open
made the
jam.
sizing 2.2, 2.3, or
I mean, with
jam,
this
because
much ICM pressure, you might be able to just go, oh, with this much at a final table on a gold coin. I wonder if you could just jam. Yeah, just go absolutely insane here.
But I'm not looking at, like, you keep saying gold coin, but what if this was like still, if this was SC, do I?
If this
do
was
the
a
same?
$5,000 buy-in, I would open jam.
Okay,
Depending, yeah, I mean, I think you could do that. I think the ICM pressure would just to open and known. You can mix in, but as long as you're VPipping here, jamming is cool. You're gonna have
Small
so
blind
much.
is probably like jacks
needs-
plus when we jam.
Yep. And
Ace
you're
king.
blocking kings and queens. But if you do open, you do give him a chance to just use something like ace nine off that would have just folded to your jam as a 3-bet on you.
That's true.
Right? Because if you open this to 2 and he has ace nine, he jams on you. Like good players when you get deep. But when you have the king queen with this much ICM pressure, he can literally only call off with the Pico top.
And I'm
He
happy to
can't
pick
call
up-
off with ace nine, even if he knows you're just doing that because he has 4 built-in pay jumps
Yeah,
without doing a damn thing.
I'm really happy to pick up blinds and antes there without any pushback.
No, I think Kep's right. That's a very good point, and that's a very like at most final tables like that. I think that puts a lot of pressure on these guys. Like even the good players are going to have a correct call off range, but they will take advantage of using fold equity against you here, and make you indifferent with the king queen. Now you can't call off with the king queen, right?
Correct.
Yep. We get to this point. This seems pretty standard. This seems really good. Mamma mia.
Rip
hey,
it.
stop it here. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's got, like, what he flats in the small blind. I don't know what ranges does he flat? Like suited aces? Does he do all suited aces? No.
I don't
Right?
know. I got king queen. I'm top of range. I'm just calling. He doesn't have ace queen, so that's all I care about.
So it's just a call, eh? Like, see that right here.
What are you afraid of?
I'm thinking he's got spade draw, or he can have 10
You're
jack
ahead of that.
here,
You're ahead
10
of
jack
that.
here, right?
You're
So I'm
ahead,
just,
and you're blocking one of his outs to get there. So you're ahead of spade draws. You're ahead, and you're blocking outs to the open ended. Go ahead. What else do you think he has?
I don't think he's got queens here. He
Okay.
could have nines. I don't think he has threes here. Because I don't know,
Okay.
that's the problem here. Now watch what I do.
He could have queen nine, I suppose, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
I mean, he has. Yeah, if you're gonna run into some combo draws, you're gonna have the worst queen 10, queen jack, queen 8 suited. Some of these guys at these stakes. We're at the Pico top of our range. I can't imagine.
That was some mistake. Okay, I should.
No, the mistake was probably just not jamming pre, right? And the flush just there.
Yeah, he's got to fold that if he jam 3 if he's any good, because there's 0.20 big blind, there's 3 big blind. Like it would be suicide to call 3s there, I think.
Right.
left with 5 after this. It is a tough spot to get in. Like him check raising is kind of disgusting. In a real final table with all the money in the world up top, it feels.
Hey, so in
By the way, he shouldn't have threes either.
Threes, no.
Flat threes.
that's what I think.
Just
'cause you don't
rejamming.
have-
He should probably fold.
you can't set mine there, right? Like your odds aren't there.
He should probably jam, but
They should probably just be jamming on you
With
if he
4
is, like,
short
or
stacks
4.
at the table.
Yeah.
And flatting a
there's
hand
no
that needs to
ICM.
check fold. Yeah, he's bad.
this is GC. I mean, you go for the merchant to trophy up top.
See,
Second
now-
to nine means
But I'm
nothing.
not
I've been
thinking
playing
about
this
it GC. I'm
GC
just
for the
thinking-
last, trying to
Oh,
get a
in-
trophy
in
for the
real.
last week. And this GC has screwed up everything I've learned. Like, it's so weird playing there.
Yeah, we
Everybody,
can't be, dude. Just that's not. I don't know. It's a whole different form. It's equivalent to just like free rolls and like the micros.
yeah,
And
yeah.
for you, you don't need to be like spending too much time to adjust your game trying to beat that shit. You need to.
Well, that's
just
what
be
I've been
developing-
doing, and it's screwing me up. Like I'm so
Yeah,
used to.
dude,
I
it's
came from
cringe.
GG.
You need to just be focusing on
Oh.
become a better natural poker player and working on fundamentals, not trying to make too many adjustments in your overall game. Obviously, to win the tournaments that you're playing, you're going to need to make adjustments versus these players.
Right.
But overall, just study to be a good poker player.
Yeah,
Was
play
that a
what you
bad
know.
jam though? After he re-raised like that, should I just flat it, or it's like, hey, I'm
Dude,
getting
I mean,
up.
the people should never have threes and shit in like bottom set in the range in that spot. They shouldn't have any of the sets. So I don't know what to tell you. In
Yeah,
those games,
okay.
they will. Like
Yeah, yeah.
in those games, they'll have fucking queen 9 suited there. In the world when you get to the big boy stakes, nobody has threes there.
Right. Okay.
In that
Okay.
game, they could have queen 3 suited.
Yeah, like maybe you
Right.
do fold because they just have ridiculous shit 2-pair and all the sets that you should never see in a million years. In
The
real
important
game.
part's pre-flop there, probably. I think that's what's probably good to look at.
Hold on 1 second. I think somebody might be at my house.
Yeah, but I think pre-flop, these players probably still call any pocket.
Doesn't
pair.
matter. I mean, just if you're just
Probably.
looking at how we should be playing is all like
Yeah.
I think what he should be doing, even playing them games, is just execute what we know that we know to be GTO. He could call off too wide. I don't know. He could call off too tight. Like I don't know, but I think like what we do is still important, even though it's like
Yeah.
a different game.
And if they're calling off too wide, you definitely want to shove with king queen there.
Well, you're more linear, so yeah, probably king queen's probably still good.
In these free roll style play, most people's gonna be wide, and you can just check the GTO. You know the standard. You need to adjust. They're gonna play a lot of shit, and your advantage is that you're gonna be there with strong holding every time, and you play it tight, and you raise a big when you enter the pot. So you remove most of the guys that want to see the flop and go all in with those holding. If
You also have to think, if you jam there and he calls and you win, you're pretty much running the table at that point. Like he's like the one guy you need to kill on that table. That's the way I would view it.
Right. Yeah, I don't look at it when I'd rather get the information of how to play it properly, not just because it's GC, right? I understand that the players in GC play
No.
way different.
No,
Even at a
but
final table though, like on real money, it's the same shit though. Like that's I think he was the second biggest stack. If you kill him, that table is yours. So it's like kind of the same mentality when you jam there.
Okay.
but like
The reason why I mentioned it was okay. Setup isn't go so.
Oh, just what I was going with, like Sixers said that the guy play, you know that is bad. He's gonna call wide because he called with he should have shoved, and now he just called with the 3. Don't have the implied odd to just call, so you know this player is very bad.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't expect threes there. Like I was like, oh, nines couldn't he? I thought he would have probably shoved nines there, queens for sure.
Yeah, just take the L and
Yeah.
just keep it moving.
Yeah, I
You didn't
did.
make a mistake. Yep, just keep it
Okay,
moving.
okay.
That's like in the real world, you're gonna be so far ahead of ranges, and they're literally gonna have the draws and worse queen X.
All good. Thank you for reviewing it.
Oh no problem, buddy. Thank you for submitting it. We didn't mean it. We were just joking around. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing because there is value there because I think Kosin and some of these guys actually play.
Wilson, me and him play against each other a lot. I love playing against that guy. He
That's my
plays
dude.
good,
he's a
proper
friend.
poker.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine. So
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I met Kosin. He's
Bolton,
nice.
Yep.
Yeah, what up? This is early.
What is this? Yeah, buddy, I'm sorry.
This is I think this is either first or second level. This is very
Oh,
early
Steve.
in the tournament.
All right, why does it say already? I mean, from the small blind versus a 4x range. From the low jack, what is your VPIP standard range here? The 4x changes things for me, but you're still VPIPing all your suited nines?
Not all of them, no. This one, actually, I'm folding Jack 9 and Queen 9. This one I just had to go polar and three
I like
bet
the
this one.
range, but I would have went bigger.
Golly, you guys are maniacs, man. Why are we trying to run over some early rec player that's 4xing level 2 of a tournament? What are you accomplishing by doing this?
They got folds.
Nah, I don't care. They also have very sticky tendencies and bigger hands in this range when they 4x. Why are we trying to take advantage of these guys with this hand? Level 2 of tournaments. How is this going for you? It has to be tough. The world has to be a hard place when we're trying to attack
Yeah,
these
that's it.
Rex level 2 that are 4xing with suited nines. I'm out of here.
For me.
Nah, G.
I feel like it's a little too big to call. I mean,
I-
not
I
too
ju- I
big to
just-
call
I feel
to
like-
to
I'm sorry.
re-raise. I feel like it's too big to like 4x there. Like it's just he opens with 4. I mean, there a lot of and this is based off of like what I've seen. When people open a lot larger, they either have like the bottom of their range for their pocket pairs, or they have the top of the range of their pairs, or like ace king, ace queen, etc. So like
Can I say something regarding that? This 4x is his standard. He's not going 2x, 3x. 4x
mean,
is his standard.
I just feel like people, yeah, you have a better read on this guy, right? Like
Yeah,
than I
yeah,
do. And that's what's important. We need to take into consideration from our friend Molten. Like he has the actual context on this player. My experience versus 4x in my ignition games are like these guys are giga sticky.
Yeah.
It.
And
Like,
I
also,
mean, he could be so good, sticky.
he's 200 big blind, Steve. 4x could be his normal raise for that stack.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Sure, and that's I also didn't really take into account that it's 200 big blinds. So I mean that's like also I mean I'm normally not seeing people with 200 big blinds at the start of a tournament. Like you know,
That's
unless
kind of
it's-
standard now.
Yeah, I mean, and this is mixing versus low jack. You can mix, and your size would be bigger, but this is considering the open size of 2.5x. So he goes 4x. I mean, just my personal take on it is like these are going to be tough players and tough spots to play. I kind of like fighting them a little bit more when they go 4x, having a more of a extensive fighting range and a tighter, stronger linear 3-bet range versus these, because I personally think it's fucking
Another
stronger.
thing is that I like to try stuff that I don't usually try, and this is the L. So I like trying stuff that like experimenting with my game a little bit if I think it's okay.
That's fair. No,
yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah, I like
just don't-
got some mistakes and just forward and then move on. You don't learn anything.
Molten, I do it every night on stream, man. I try shit. I've been running an 18% 3-bet and doing crazy shit for like a week. I mean, before that, early stages, I'm running pretty aggressive 3-bets, right? So you 3-bet, C-bet, small on ace, 9, 10. I wonder if at 100 we would use a bigger size on the board. Ace 2-tone, kind of connect it. Feels like a lot of our value range may want to go a little bit bigger, but maybe small is fine. This deep, it feels like we're going to go bigger, but and then we follow through.
I decided to turn this one into a bluff, and then we river 2 pair, and now I'm wondering if this is good enough to go for value or if I just struck call.
I mean, you ain't checking. 1, 2, 3, kid. Well played.
Do we ever?
Aggressive
Is there any merit
mistakes.
to?
That's what
Is there
I'm
any
like, Joe.
merit to checking to let him bet?
I do that too much, but I think when D calls the big size on a turn, you just instigate value from ace jack, ace queen.
Yeah, that's why I didn't check.
That's why he didn't check. Like I think it could be fine. I do want to see this. We're not going to be able to see this versus the 4x. It won't even be appropriate, but from a theoretical sense, when everything is standard, how are we approaching this spot? The king 9 is called way more, at least in this iteration in MTT, but we can use it, so it's applicable.
I think the SPR will be similar in this sim though.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think it could still be worth looking at.
Yeah.
Ace, a diamonds, and 9-10 of spades. Yep, just 3-bet C betting. We do have some very small in there. I would be here with some of this range, but this is a cool spot where you can mix in a lot of different sizes and not be losing too much EV. The king 9, literally do whatever the hell you want from a sizing standpoint. Mostly betting though, and it's mostly going 50% or 75%, which I get. You can use quarter though, and it's not torching. I go to 50% too much. This deep. He has some raising in there with 9s and 10s, of course. Ace 10, 9. Yeah, if you get raised in the spot, it sets. What was the turn?
Is it diamond? I think it was like
3 of
yeah, 3
diamond.
diamond.
Whoa. Follow through, Cletus. 50% back to back.
We had clubs.
Yeah, we had
Yep.
clubs.
Yeah, we're on blocking draws.
I mean, shit. If you get, yeah, you can either be the guy that looks at the check, or you can be the guy that finds the bets, right?
I'm the guy that hates to lose that much money once I have
let's-
that much in the pot, so I like the barrel.
We went 75.
You went
on the fin.
75.
Yeah.
Beefing. So let me go here. So small blind, we went 75. Get called. Some were advocating slow play. It was the king of hearts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm giving up now, but
Yeah.
we hit the magical river.
Nope. Nopers. 1, 2, 3 kid all in.
What if we
Yeah.
break? We got to give up.
Once
on
we
the
hit
break,
2,
right?
yeah, we gotta go.
Yep. You want to see a break?
Yeah,
Are
'cause
you
I'm
gonna
giving
1,
up.
2, 3?
Okay.
Give them ups.
As long as that's good.
Are you just? I mean, yeah, the 8's oh, you see? Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Still giving up.
spicy.
yeah, it
miss
really is. Ay. What would be another interesting one that would feel? So are these low blanks that don't connect pretty similar? So
What about
anything?
What about a queen or jack because we blocked the Broadway?
Well, they would be good, right? But that's gonna give him some 2 pair.
GG.
Uh,
So the low connecting stuff is just not great, but like a jack, golly. Okay, I'm not 1, 2, 3 enough. I mean, well played. I mean, can we look? We can't. There is no reports for the river report in this.
Oh.
Nope. Sweet.
You're checking away your 1 pair because you want to get some value.
Thank you.
We ain't
From
checking.
bluff.
No, thank you, Malton.
Did you get the full double?
Yeah, he folded. He won 2,
The
3. and
guy
he
was
folds.
on the flush draw, most likely.
Or he could have folded something. He just got shook with a single pair ace. People do fold top pair sometime. I doubt it though. He's probably gonna draw. All right. ET in the house. How bad is
Oh,
this hand,
yeah.
ET? From a
It's
scale to
pretty
1 to bet?
It's pretty terrible. I'll let you know in advance.
Sounds about right. I expect nothing less. All right, my friend. What we got here? 45 bigs on the button.
I
of
took
a
inspiration
global
from you.
tournament.
You only post pain hands, so
Really true. You know me too well. I only post the bad, hurtful stuff. So this is the low. I played this last night as well. And what are we doing here? Full 3x from a 25 big stack on the button in a call. Machine Gun, what are you doing here? Larry, are you VPIPing this? And what's the bottom of your VPIP range?
Is this Chippy V?
Correct. It's probably mid stages of the tournament.
yeah,
hard to tell.
there's the money it's big blind 300. So
Oh hell, it's early. Yep, Chippy V.
Okay. It's a large open, but I think I can call here, Chippy V, because I have position. And I've got enough implied odds with the second flatter to make it worth it. But this is getting really close to a fold for me.
Okay, so he's mixing in some calls. Third in with this suited king 8.
out.
Gone.
I'm out.
I mean, I don't even. Is it even close? We're just
Yeah,
VPing by 3-betting like king 10 suited plus suited tens when it comes to suited jacks.
King 9 might do something. I don't know. I always like that.
Yeah, I'm like king 10 suited. I'm like, dude.
I'm not doing anything with this hand.
Yeah,
If he opened smaller, and it was heads up, I would have considered a 3-bet, but yeah, not versus
Coach Toe scolded me for calling pre-flop.
Good, as he should.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
That's what I'm here for.
I mean, yeah, it's well, this is we're on the button. Low jack open. No, it wasn't even that. It was hijack. It was a little bit better for you. So maybe we do something here. So we do this. Nope. Still a pip and a half too loose. Maybe 2 pips too loose. So king 10 suit is the one I'm looking at. And
I hear people talking about implied odds with more players in the pot, and that's just not true.
Reverse implied odds.
Reverse implied odds starts becoming a thing with more than 2 people in the pot.
Be careful.
Yeah, but you're not taking into cognitive bias. You can flip anything to be whatever you want it to be in your head.
He out here spitting. Yeah, but I mean it's a leak. But we don't want to be flatting here too wide, and the hands we do flat have very high EV and play very well. Make a set or get the hell out of Dodge. And what's the big takeaway here? The open size. The guy 3x'd. Use your court awareness in these spots, and it's okay to be tight.
Yeah.
Like well. Oh god.
Yeah, we're off to a fun start.
Well, I'm assuming you're gonna bet this with 2 overs and some backdoors versus some ranges that may miss this.
Might as well.
May as well like go quarter, go 30%. He does it. And a complete and utter brick. Feels like you're probably going to try to shoot your way out because I know you. Nothing changes here.
Yeah,
you didn't pick up equity.
He shouldn't have a ton of jacks in range either at this point.
So you're going to shoot your way. Well, what size? Set Habs, what size would you go here?
Oh, for sure. Jack hit my range, and right now he calls maybe with a weak pocket or something like this. I want to prepare the river, so I'll go something like 10 BB.
Yeah, I was thinking 12.
Like 55-60% is what I feel like you're alluding to. I doubt ET misses this because he's probably in the same pain train.
Pain train. I mean, now you just tap yourself.
Have to follow through on the turn if we're gonna do this kind of thing.
My plan, yeah, that's why I posted it. I told you it's a bad hand. My plan was to bluff my plan was to bluff the river if he gave me room.
Well, you gave yourself you capped your range and you're about to get snapped off by pocket fives.
Sometimes it's better just to bluff the turn and give up rather than check try to bluff a line.
He donks into me and makes my life easy, but
you cap yourself, so he could steal with anything.
Or he could have got there.
I'm pretty sure he's ahead here, almost always.
No, it's cool. I mean, I make this same precise mistake too frequently myself in some situations where we just don't follow through on the turn for one reason or another. But yep, identify even in review here that it'd be a great spot to turn it into a bluff there and then reevaluate on rivers. But it's an easy mistake to make. Just stab and say, I didn't pick up equity, so let's give up, right?
Yeah, it was weird because I think I'm always barreling if it's a spade. I think I'm always barreling. Yeah, I think a spade is always a barrel. I probably find the barrel with the 8 just because of blockers and it's hard for him to continue and the river.
One thing we got to think about, and I forget about this lesson as well, is okay, I actually still have no showdown value and my hand's pretty shit. Instead of I want to pick up equity and didn't turn my hand into a bluff then, but nope, naturally my king high still loses to damn near everything.
Generally,
so this one,
for me, anytime you pick up more equity or the value of top pair on the flop changes is a good card to bluff. The barrel.
That's good. Yep, that's a good. I like that. I like that.
One other point is here we go. In position isn't as equity driven as out of position. It's way more important to be equity driven out of position It's still obviously important in position, but I saw a ton of sims where it doesn't care if you got to
Yeah.
pick up equity or not. It's just going for it a lot.
It still just goes for it because you have a portion of your range you can't showdown and win, and you still can represent a very strong hand. And I forget that lesson as well.
So that
Skate.
just, in layman's terms, that means we're just double barreling in position more because we give less of a fuck about picking up equity.
Correct.
Basically.
Especially when an overcard hits.
Yep.
And you're so far out of line already. I mean, you might as well just keep going.
Right.
You know?
Well, hello everyone. My name is
Uh,
Skater Die 87, and I'm here to break the solver today, or maybe find another one of those slivers.
So wait a minute. Okay.
Well,
It's a dead small blind. No, it's big and
yeah, let
small.
me
I
see
see it
if-
here. It's weird. This
see
red
if
is
I-
fucking hard in my eye. Okay, so here it is. I see. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't remember the actual
Good point.
context. I just know that I think I am out of
Lighting in the
position.
cutoff, 40 effective. I'll lead you to the promised landscape.
Is this 6
What,
max?
what
cash?
site is this? 6 max tournament.
ACR.
The ACR 6 max. Oh, nice. Okay. This is gonna be good to look at. And we're going
It's not
multi-way.
six max because there's 7 players in the hand.
What are we doing here?
Yes, there is.
Right.
I'm already skeptical. Are we getting, how nasty are we getting?
We're gonna get a little spicy here, but we're gonna, I think, villain bets here. So the board. So this is my thinking here. The board top pair pairs the turn, so kind of less chances of somebody having that card. You know, maybe somebody flopped the flush, maybe they didn't. I'm just taking a shot here. Let's see what happens.
Hey,
No.
how
they bet, yeah.
high are you when you're playing? We cannot be doing this. I mean, I don't even know, like, I know your logic for your reasoning for doing this isn't enough. A top card came, so it's just less likely he has it because another bit card came. You have 0 equity. It's multi-way. You actually bombed it, so the time he ever does have it, or these guys check something twice, you lose so much as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't
if
like
you're gonna
when he
get nasty
calls.
like this, oh Lord.
Yeah, you can't level yourself into these things.
Like, this is just weird. Like, Skate, we're in a study group so much. Like, this is one of the nonsensical ones because it doesn't follow any of the fundamental framework of anything. We have no blockers. It's multi-way. The logic of him just not having a king because there's another one up there is like level 1, because he would check all of his king X. He would check his flushers. He would need to check all the sets.
Queens.
The
He's got
queens.
A lot of queens.
All this shit checks. Ace queen with the ace of diamonds. A lot of his kings are even checking.
I'm celebrating my 10-year anniversary in Punters Anonymous. I know the feeling here. But
got him. I mean, I guess you follow through when he calls because what the hell? There's 19K.
I feel like I made a mistake, but I got the perfect river card. So I mean, I wanted the pot more than him.
The perfect river card.
We just
Not
punted and got
perfect.
lucky. He didn't have it. In the honest,
Yeah.
being your boy, we just made a blunder and just got lucky. He didn't have a boat or a flush or the nut flush. Which when you do this repeatedly, you're going to get rinsed and run into it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
And I appreciate
this line.
you. I appreciate you sharing this and being so honest and upfront about taking these kind of lines. And I mean, no disrespect at all. When we're looking at this, I want the best for you guys in this group. But when we do things in these hands, we have to have more logic. You come to this group a lot. I want you to be able to explain more rationale why we're doing these things, and use more better fundamentals in these situations, because I think if you're doing this too much, you're gonna lose a shitload of money.
Yeah, there's no shame in folding when you completely brick the flop, especially four-handed. Like, but even heads up, like you just fold. Like you got nothing, just fold. It's no big deal.
Any kind of blocker, any diamond in your hand, or anything here, you start to convince me and you think he's weak, cool. Our hand cannot improve in the moment, and like a lot of times when they put in more chips, we're done. These guys are not the devoid of strong hands because they check twice either. There will
And
be
aside-
some pot controlled king 10, because it can't bet twice, or it's going to be too indifferent. There's king 7 or some shit here sometimes you run into. But we get to perfect river and we bluff them all.
A good framework that I've
Yeah.
thought of, that I've been doing, is like matching, having value hands and also having like bluffs. So like if we don't have enough value hands here, it's hard to find a bluff here. So like just kind of mixing that kind of framework in has helped me a lot, especially with the no equity shit, and especially because we're more
Didn't we
aggressive type of
just-
people. So
Didn't we just lose our minds in the spot? No, we didn't.
I
on the
know I
turn. You
said I'm
get to stop.
reformed. I said I'm reformed, but yeah, I've been
Um,
trying because
yeah.
I've been trying to cut out as much bluffy shit, and it's a hard road.
all right. I believe, does anyone have any other? Well, we did have a couple other marked hands in there. Let me
I
see.
have a second one. Maybe that's better.
Oh, is Tim still here? Tim, you sent some hands, right?
I did. Yep.
Gotcha. 1 second. You just sent them to the messenger. I almost forgot.
I've seen
Yeah,
the crusher
I got-
live in action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. GG hates me, but anyway. I get so close to the bubble every time, and then something dumb happens, and I make the wrong decision.
I almost
Because
make
I
a big
got-
run on the 33, got out with the kings, and the guy hit this fucking flush on the river.
Oh, you love that.
Are we on a money bubble or anything here, Tim?
No, there's no context as far as I know on this hand, other than I think it was early. Yeah, because the bounties are all small, so it was fairly early. It was a low buy-in bounty tournament on GG.
Low buy-in bounty tournament on the G and the G. Okay, ace queen suited, a nice start. I'm like trying to click through and start the hand, but it's recording. All right.
Yeah, you can speed it up though on the right if you want.
2.5x. I'll be honest with you, you could probably get used to going a little bit smaller, but I'm being nitpicky. This is probably just fine.
Okay.
Given that the average stacks are 40 and 50 plus, 2.5 is still going to be okay. But if you wanted to get comfortable with 2.3 or something like that, it won't make that big of a difference, but I'm just being nitpicky.
Yeah, we're only like what, 35 bigs if that.
Shit. Yeah, we're 30 effective, so I naturally go a little bit smaller. Well, all right. Get here. Damn it, I didn't mean to go there. Well, this is a fun spot. John Silver, what are you doing here first in? And what size would you bet if you bet, or what are you doing in a situation this multi-way? I'll tell you what I'm doing. Don't be shy.
I think I might check and then just yam it in on somebody who throws a shitty C bet out.
So he is check and raising. So he's checking. Okay. Who else? Danny Scott. Check or C bet. And Adi, what are you guys doing?
So first I thought I would check, but then I realized this is actually probably the best hand we can have here.
Mm-hmm.
So we should bet something like 1800. But it's also
would
multi-
equate to like 30% or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a couple bets and one check. DB? I think this is important. Then I'll let Toe take the mic for a moment on his thoughts here.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What are you doing here with this?
Oh, check
in the middle.
Majillion Milky Way. Check.
And that's the thing. I think checking. I would be checking my entire range here every time.
Let me ask
What's
you.
This is like this, like, yeah, you could check raise, you could check whatever you're trying to accomplish. You're not folding out a flush draw. You're not folding out a worse ace X. Sometimes those bet for you, then you can check raise. If they call you, you're going to be indifferent on a bazillion turns anyway. Whatever you're trying to accomplish is going to happen anyway. And then we're still going to be out of position multi-way to multiple players, no matter what. What do
I got a question. So can I ask a question?
I'm listening, buddy. Oh, yeah, I was being quiet so I could hear you.
So it's a low SPR. It's like I would bet all my ace king, my ace queen here, and check my other aces. And I'm thinking the 2-street game. So like I might even go a little bit bigger than this, and probably just stick it in on the turn. These guys
Or
are just
non-diamond
splashing me out. It's a
turns.
PKO. They're splashing me out. They're gonna have some sets sometimes, some 2-pair, I guess. But like the SPR is low. I mean, to me, it is what it is. I'm going broke probably.
We have a lot of multi-way run sims that we've looked at. 3-4 players effective and stuff like that. Toe has some of them that, and we see a lot of checking in the middle and up front. I've seen fucking pocket aces checking on some boards that you would normally just always want to bet and stuff like that. On some of these spots. That's why it's almost competent to say. And I have seen a couple where just ace king and ace queen bet, but I feel like this multi-way, we would almost be checking our entire range. Is that fair to say, Toe? Am I speaking out of line there?
Entire range, 100%.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Like I would check. I check range 100% time here. I would never bet this.
Why is that?
What
If we're
one
on an
pair
ace-high
and
flop where it's
one
dry.
pair against 5 people just seems weak.
It's
Yeah,
really
you're gonna
weak. They
get
have-
flatted. Yeah, go ahead. Toe.
Yeah, it's really weak. It's flatted. Diamonds suck. You still ace-7, ace-2, sevens, deuces. Like you're just in a terrible spot here. When you bet and get called, you're going to be out of position every single time. This is just
But
standard check. Not
even
only
with
that,
it,
but you're going to be checking with like 99% of your range that misses here anyways. And so you protect your checking range by checking the value too.
Even with such a low SPR, huh?
I mean, yeah, it's we
Yeah.
check. Yeah. And it's nice because it does help you balance in a spot like this. And I do think check raising can be very applicable to some of these guys as well. And it's just like, oh, nice, right? We get to run it. And we're going to be getting value from worse ace X at that time as well. Whereas when you get called, it's just going to be really sick. All right, so golly, with the holy tank, Pat. Neato. Now what? Just rip and pray that they don't have it.
I'm done.
I don't know why we do
GG.
this. Why did we do this, Tim?
So I was trying to extract at this point, my thought process was trying to extract as much value as I could. And I'm like, what are they calling with? Because we bricked off there's no flush. There's nothing as far as, I mean, obviously there's a set if that's possible, but I'm like, what are we hitting? And so I'm trying to get value from the missed flush draws if they miss, was my thought process.
No, you don't get value from the flush draws if they miss. You give them a great price to get there and then fold. You give them the great price to say, fuck it, here's 4K. Oh, I didn't miss. And then when they get there, then that's when they get your 5K.
Okay. So
You
better
just
off
the
betting
SPR is
bigger,
1 under 1. These players likely have worse ace. You have effectively dodged one of the worst. This ain't fantastic, but you dodged the diamond.
Right.
And now we're still giving them a great price to pay and get there. No. Don't think of this greedy mindset. Look at the SPR. What is the SPR right now?
less than 1-to-1.
And then what else do you see on this board? There's draws, right? So we're effectively putting in like a third pot, leaving this, giving them beautiful price to hit 2-pair, like whatever.
Right.
Yeah, we cannot do this ever at this SPR with that. Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. He's like, fuck it, right? Like, let's run it. The ace-5. Yeah. He doesn't get the right price if you don't put that in initially. Maybe he still punted. He still punted it anyway. He still punted it.
Yeah.
These guys are just the pits. But yeah, I mean,
ace-5's 2
They're
pair.
stinky. They're
no,
very
no,
stinky.
no. I mean, I get the 2-pair on the flop. I
Yeah.
mean, he's calling. Let's not like forget the fact that he's in there with ace-5 into this.
Yeah, and he should probably fold the flop.
It's the nut low of a flat. Like, you can't even do the stuff like this. So the money is free here. I would say just mix in some more checks. Just imagine if we check and he throws out this half pot and we check jam and now he calls off with ace-5. Great. He puts in the money very bad, right? And this guy is probably gonna just hit the half pot button in the backseat with ace-5. I promise you he is. So it's fine.
Can we talk about the turn, but
Flush
specifically the
that
queen jack of diamond? I know typically you don't even
Alright.
have anywhere close to the turn.
What about the turn here?
Basic-
I'm sorry.
Is queen jack of diamonds getting the right price to gamble with the two bounties?
I
Because he
have no
covers both.
idea.
Do you know how to do bounty math?
I mean, 30.
You take 25% of initial bounty and convert it to big blinds. So, does he cover the other guy? I'd say. And what's the big blind at? I can't see. My phone is small.
400. I mean, it's not worth. I don't know. Maybe it is worth doing the math worth. I would just fold this third in with all the money. Maybe if the bounty's a little bit, but it really looks like it's bounty level very early. Maybe if they get bigger and deeper and worth
Well, it
more.
looks like 3
but it's
bounties
like an
because our
initial-
hero has 2 bounties.
He
right?
has 2. He has 1.5. Plus, yeah.
Yeah, so it's.
I don't know.
Yes,
I don't.
a
We don't. Nobody
significant
here
amount
knows
of-
enough.
It's a significant amount of like big blinds when you convert the bounties value.
I'm gonna tell you this: nobody here knows enough, or I can't give you the exact formula. So I'm gonna just defer to. I'm not sure, and I don't want to give you misinformation rather than trying to figure it out wrongly on the fly and waste everybody's time.
It depends what the starting stacks were.
Yeah, we don't know.
If the starting stacks were like 5,000 and then calling off 12,000 to win 1.5 bounties is pretty weak.
Then you have a quarter in there. Okay, I see what you're saying. It's like a quarter of the value of the stack.
If the
in
stack,
chips.
if the stack is double and the bounty's only 50% higher, it's actually lower than the beginning of the tournament, the value of the bounty.
We got another Skater Delight. We're gonna make you a poker player today, Skate. What we got here?
Oh, thanks.
You know I got you.
So this is
Looks like about the same
a
tournament.
bluff.
Okay.
Yes, it might be the same.
So
Yeah,
we
I think
flat the queen jack
some of these hands are the
suited
same.
at 30. It's fine, man.
I think that we want to 3-bet this.
Do you want to 3-bet this? What size would you go? And would you be? He's got 31 bigs here. What are we doing?
Yeah, so I would make it like 8.
You go 8 and he jams. Are you calling it off?
Yeah, he's at 30. Hell yeah. And
So-
if the big blind is symmetric to his, I'm just open ripping it on his ass. If the big blind only has 30 blinds, I'm jamming on his ass.
Can dig that a little bit more than the 3-bet call off induced with the 3-bet call off with queen jack. I think I would just pure flat this. I would not be 3-bet trying to induce versus that range happy to get it in, can't jam it, but it's very interesting. We can look symmetrically at 30 and I bet it looks great for a jam, and this
For
is good spots to look
symmetrically,
at.
I'd imagine it's like always a jam symmetric.
Oh, he out here with some bold statements. All right, let's see. Mixing. And this
Okay,
is cut off.
what's the sliver? Is that 80-20?
Mixing, sir. No, I'm kidding. You can jam. Yep. Look at this. The suited tens in here as well. But he is and it's symmetrically much different, right? And we might be deeper. So I don't know how to.
Yeah, when the only thing scaring me is the big blind having.
I don't want to spend
8.
too much time here, but these spots are very important because they come up all the fucking time. Cutoff has 24, we have 30. 30, cutoff has 26, we have 32. What does that look like? Versus RFI, we're in the small blind, they have 32, and you stuff them. And in this iteration, the big blind has, we're all kind of equal here. But it's much different than cutoff 66, cutoff, this is a good one. Versus RFI. Damn, you just wreck them at 25 and 30 bigs. Oh, he cutoff has 18. All right, last one I'm gonna look at. Well, 38 bigs in the cutoff. Nope. 22. Nope. This is the last one. And this one, the big blind is kind of short as well. So you can actually get kind of nasty here. But one thing you don't see it ever doing is three betting outside of all in. And I feel like it's too
Well,
deep to jam right now, all in.
Is there anyone where they have the big blind is symmetric with us or no?
No. I mean, not for this deep effectively. It's too many bigs deep effectively. One behind to be doing that for jamming. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because if we get down to 30, it makes sense, right? And then if we get
Definitely.
up to the bigger ones, it wasn't doing it. Like if we found anything deeper. Like I don't think there was anything deeper. We have 50. No, this is a good one, right? Small blind, we have 42, but this big blind is not covering. But can we get in 40 bigs? Like, what do we do at like 40 bigs in this spot? Hero position in a small blind versus cutoff. Now you're just pure flatting. See, this is what I think I would flat more because it feels like more of this dynamic for me. And this range makes some sense. Using some of the 8s and 9s that we could just fold. And if we get caught, it plays well. All right, Skate, what the hell are you up to? You have no backdoors and you have queen and jack high. That is a gigantic size. Wow.
I like this. I like this.
You would.
Because the villain shouldn't really have much sixes, and the small blind we have more sixes, so he can find a lot of folds.
But you can accomplish the same thing by going like 2.5x. And it looks more believable to me if you do that rather than this.
And I'd rather have a backdoor flush draw.
Yeah. Skate's just out here just swinging it.
Like, if you're using this hand, what hands are you using? As a raise?
He's using his entire range because his opponent doesn't have as many sixes as he does. I guess if you're using this, but I mean, Skate your sizing control.
Yeah, I like the idea, and you're right about the sizing.
No, but in cash it would be good.
No,
it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
It's too deep. I mean, you're still omitting to think about the villain's stack size. It's 30 big blinds effective. When you do this, you just put too much in to get the same result you can get by going smaller. And we have no equity, no backdoor equity. It's just a stone cold Steve Austin bluff. Which, I mean, I'm a fan of in summary. I would like this if you went like 75 or something, 78. It would be pretty boss, but this is just way too much. I mean, he's just c-betting range anyway, and you were going to probably make him fold like king high or ace high or whatever by just doing it. But yeah, just be careful. Careful. These skate hands, you definitely came to play some poker. That is for damn sure. Let me see what else we got. Does anyone else have any other skate? These hands are just I don't want to be, it feels like I'm torturing you with some of these hands you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, I could post my second hand if needed. If anyone else had one that hadn't shared though.
Yeah, go ahead and post. While we're getting to the end of the session, I want to make sure I'm giving you guys all the attention, or if you have any questions, you can pre-barrel those as well.
Oh, B-Money posted one. Okay.
B-Money posted one?
Oh, he said he did at least. Let me see.
Yeah, if you guys can find those.
Yeah, it was I posted the video in the chat of the Niggy hands.
Oh, I see.
We'll just bring it back. Oh, I see it right there. Potential security issue detected. I'm just putting this on the screen so if B-Money sent me some kind of virus, we're all going to get his ass. Download. Oh, for fuck's sakes. B-Money, what are you up to?
You're the only one downloading it, so we're safe.
Got your ass. Virus detected. GG. All right, while I'm figuring that out, why can't you just make it easy on me? All right, Molten Ash's hand. We know he's aggro,
Okay,
and
so-
we love it. Go ahead.
So, notes. Under the gun is passive as hell. Passive and the wreck. So I considered if we called tens in the big blind, he would also call as well.
Okay.
So then I considered back to when we studied like third in spots and we had no flats.
Yep.
So I decided not that we couldn't flat here, and I just decided to flip at this one.
What do you guys think? B Money, what are you doing in this spot? What are your thoughts to this Forex ISO and stuff like that? It's a very tricky and peculiar
This
situation.
looks,
Small blind folded, by the way. I should clarify that. Small blind folded.
Fair.
I
got you.
this is gross. I'm probably just here and set mining for 7.
Keeping it.
I don't want to blow the pot out of position with this hand. It's it's so nasty.
Jackson, what are you doing here, my man?
Hello?
What up, my man? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
On this, yeah, I think flat's probably the best option. Seems to me. You don't want to really open because I think a lot of flats behind the open like this from early position consists of a lot of strong hands that are trying to hide, like aces, kings, etc., ace, queen, some ace jack suited as well. But yeah, I like a set mine with tens.
And it's very interesting. I think Molten, you were kind of alluding to a situation in which where there's a 3-bet in the call. You don't want to overcall 3-bets. But the way I interpret this is just an ISO spot, which is almost just like, I don't see it as a 3-bet type ranger situation where I do have flats here because I think at this stack depth, I'm a little bit more afraid of putting in 70 and I don't want to turn specifically tens into a 3-bet in the fold. And I'm not happy getting them in. They don't block anything. If you make it 17 here and then the initial 4 big blind ISO guy jams, it fucking sucks.
No, I'm not talking about a 3-bet spot. I'm talking about one of our tournament spots when someone opens and someone calls, we don't have any flats. We only 3-bet or fold. So I thought it was similar to that.
I was on the phone, honestly.
But yeah, you can see what happened. Yeah, you can see what happens, and you can see what I do.
On global, these players don't isolate limps enough, so I'm probably just flatting behind as an exploit. On Bet Online, I'm probably just going for it.
And that's the danger. And we're in the void of it doesn't feel good. I'd rather sometimes it comes down to like, theory exists and we know what the fundamentals is. You got to punt that shit and just flick it into 4 bigs. Like what you just did with tens literally accomplished nothing. You didn't block anything. We know he's capable of doing that. And now we're turning literally pocket tens into a bluff. You could have just did that shit with 7 deuce. Right? Like
yeah.
I'd rather like ace 5 offsuit or something is better. Like no, I think that's like if we're not certain, like it feels like intuitively, I just want to flick in rather than try to ISO and get the money in because it's not even a great 3-bet bluff.
Global has some of the biggest nits on.
And these guys are nitty as hell, like he's saying. I kind of agree. Like, dude, this cat's just gonna it's just nitty as shit. But let's look at that. It's gonna be hard to look. I think from what you were saying that we didn't have many flats in general in this.
Under the gun also kind of scared me. Like what if he limp raises? It just.
I look at it like my range like this. This is cleaner. Hold on. All right, cool. Tell Ari to get some clothes on and we'll go. Oh my, you better be kidding me. All right. Sorry. Oh yeah, this I
yeah.
kind of like this. I mean, this feels more natural. Just like a
Okay.
raise in the call range, even though it's an ISO range. And personally, the ISO from EP, so I even give his range a little bit more credit, man. Like in that spot.
All right, yeah. So it doesn't matter. We should still treat it like because in that GTO sim, we're close in the action, and here we're technically not. But does that matter at all, or should we just still flat tens here?
Yeah, still flat. I mean, the under
Okay.
the gun limper. What do you if this dude limp jams? What do you think his limp jam range is? Like,
Yeah,
we're doing
yeah.
horrendous versus that if he limp raises anything. So yeah, I'm definitely on team overcall the tens, like Jackson
Okay.
was saying. I'm with you, bro, on that. One more. GBT already saw this.
Yeah. So this is a spot where I showed on PokerCoaching GPT responded to this. This is close to the bubble. This is like basically 17.5% left.
I already know what I'm doing.
Yeah, 31%. 31 people left, 27 pay. Main villain here is buy BBL stock. So he's buy BBL stock. If you know who he is.
BLL. Oh, I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Well,
I say that
I'll tell you this
consider...
right now. Exploitatively, he probably just flats aces or something here as a slow play. Because
that's what I was scared of.
Just looking at this, this is right away. It's not a fucking thing. In a reg doing this, if I see a reg do this, I'm not giving you any money. I just don't think it's a thing unless they're just exploitatively trying to trap you and they think a raise looks too strong and they want to keep in this player to keep you in. It's just like one big fugazi. All right, let's see what he does. Maybe he has something not that good.
No.
Maybe he doesn't have aces. All regs I see do this, it feels like only aces, but let's see.
I mean,
kings.
It's kings. Yeah.
Yeah, kings. I'm sorry. Aces or kings. Don't fall for this shit anymore when you see regs do this. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's an exploit. It's just he has there's zero flatting range here out of the small blind, and he's a fucking reg. It's aces or kings every time. I don't know what else to say. Like
Toe was talking about flatting pre-flop. Is that
0%
the viable thing? Okay.
I mean, we can look at it here. It's on the money bubble, 25%.
The 31 people left. Wait, 31 or 30 people left, 27 pay.
This is I would say
the stacks.
100%
yeah.
Bad.
It could be 3 to 1 and I'm not sure what the stacks are right now.
Yeah, it's what you did.
I had 37.
Perfect.
Small blind had
cutoff versus low
37.
Jack. Yeah, 37-15. I get it. We're not going to be able to get it right precisely. Maybe I can find it in an asymmetrical sense on some money bubble to be clean. And you were in the cutoff with 30, and then the low jack had like.
Yeah, that's a kind. Yeah, low jack had like 15. It's not great because I covered by both small blind and big blind, but it's
0 is there and the low jack is here. You're only raising, and this is a much tighter range, but even versus this range, you're raising to 2.25x. There's 0 flatting off these little s, these open. Let's see if he has a few more, and if you have flats. Low jack has this 18 looks like interesting. Maybe in the cutoff we don't, but we are in the cutoff. Yeah, here you just be jamming, but here there's still no don't be thinking about flats in these spots. Fuck no.
So
no.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it was a reg. If I just folded though, I mean, I would just be way too over folding. But I mean, I guess if they were exploiting themselves, I can exploit fold jacks.
No, I mean right here, you just do this, check.
Check turn. Okay.
I mean, I just know the exploit. I just know, for the most part, if maybe some unknowns.
I thought about it in game, but I thought that he would be more balanced than just aces and kings. So
there
I
is
decided
no balance here. There is no flatting range here. That's the big. That's the tell. Every rag
see.
in the world knows there's no flatting range here. So when they do flat, what can they flat? A hand that
Yeah,
needs
right.
no protection.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
hands
right.
that need no protection. I see a reg flat. Oh, they have a nutted hand that needs no protection. They're trying to.
That's like a wise man's riddle. The
Yeah.
hand that needs
No,
no
and
protection.
also I also thought like if they just 4-bet, I would have just jammed and it would have gone in pre anyway.
No,
So
then you would have been able to. Then you should fold.
If they jammed pre,
I mean, on the money bubble,
yeah.
a cold 4-bet on the money bubble with jacks, you're done.
Okay.
You're at
done?
best
Okay.
flipping.
All right.
You're 3-betting a guy you don't have much fold equity with, the already a tight ass range. You're 3-betting in Deucey small, strong looking size versus a 3-bet, and then he jams. If you're playing for any kind of money and they're not like you're not doing great. Like these are the little intricate spots why you see people like Jay Saliba, why Chidwick, why all those guys go deep. We're too busy fucking stacking it off with this shit when they're making this appropriate thing and they're reading it, and people don't have that many bluffs in this spot. You think somebody's just really gonna go cold 4-bet with pocket 8s? Maybe the worst hand they have is just 10s occasionally. And then it's
I was
like
more thinking like
plus
ace 5
flips and
suited
dead.
or ace 4 suited. But
You think people are
probably
that
right.
no fucking shit? Okay, even with those few combos, they still have a bunch of really nuts. And then I think your action just looks too nutty in itself when you're 3-betting him. Do you think
sense.
enough people have this 2.25x 3-bet versus an already short stack as a bluff? Often? Fuck no. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Skate, you posted. You're back for more. All right, this will be the last one.
Oh my God, thank you. Yes.
I respect it.
So
what
this
you've
is like
shown me today is some spazzy but it's all good.
yeah, I think this is gonna be like a little bit more level-headed. This
Okay.
is 3-bet from opener pre-flop.
Well,
Jack off.
it's Skate. You're in here every week. What is this 3-bet size? You went 6.25x.
Oh yeah, I went too much. I forgot about that.
I mean, the
Okay, so
hand can be.
We're not level-headed yet.
Yeah, like this is like the size. It seems like you're getting in game and just like making use the multipliers we've been working on for a year.
Heuristics in
Yeah,
position,
like
you can make it
3x.
3x out of position
3.5.
4.
Maybe like
even then is big.
Maybe when I find these like combos that I'm not like really comfortable playing with pre-flop, I just tend to go. That's my leak there.
No, I think you're too comfortable.
No, you just get scared and use a really big size. You really want them to fold.
Yeah.
You're literally reverting back to level 1 and you're doing stuff like this. You gotta just use a normal size that we study. What do you it's 3x or something like that, man. As a 3-bet bluff. This size is just not a thing. I mean, the hand is what it is now. Yeah.
Yeah, level 1, I'm like, oh, hopefully they think I have aces. I'm using a large size, but
No, but you put in that much of a stack and you've effectively lost 40% of your chips if he comes back over the top. And you've condensed his range to just the nutter butters as well. You steal the 2, but you've risked 40% of your stack to do so. When you could have accomplished the same damn thing by going smaller. And guess what, Skate? Sometime he's going to call and you're going to play a hand in position. Guess what happens? He calls and check folds and you win a bigger pot. You leave yourself no option by doing this.
It's called bluff efficiency.
Yeah, we got to be more efficient with our bluffs. Yes.
So I used a good combo, but just my sizing was way off.
Yeah, your sizing, like the sizing I've seen you use all day for your tournament stuff. Like we're getting a little bit better for the cash stuff, but these 6x, these giant check raises, I think all your sizes have been 5 to 6x that I've seen today for your check raises and your 3-bets.
Yeah, they're all bluffs. Yeah.
Even it's just even with your bluffs and your value, you need to be consistent in your strategy and doing the same things. If you're showing me coming in here showing me 6x raises, I can't help you. We got to get him down to.
But also, isn't that like an exploit going? I don't know, going bigger with your bluffs and smaller with your value.
Yeah, you're exploiting yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, you're giving them more chips when they
it's an exploit, all right. Oh yeah, it's an exploit, all right. You're gonna exploit the shit out of yourself. You're exploiting your money into somebody else's pocket. Look how easy the game is. I open 2 here. I get to go broke and get all this 12K when I just have something good enough to 4-bet. I never call you light. I never give you a damn thing. It's easier for somebody to play against you by doing this. But when you use the small size, it creates indifference. Like, damn, he went kind of small. Is he doing this with aces to induce, or is he doing this with the bottom portion of his range? It creates more questions. This creates, oh, fuck. Even if he's busted, he has it too. I only have to be right once to win all these fucking bigs. You're going to make him, when I see people doing this, just like, oh, he's going to make a big enough mistake.
And the other thing is when you
I like
actually
that.
have, when you have aces here, it's easier to get that call pre-flop when you have the smaller size and people know that
You only
know
go
you
small
can
when you have
call.
the goods and big when you have the bluffs. Like,
Yeah.
you know. We do need to, I probably need to wrap it up.
Thanks.
I'm gonna get the kids. No, thank you, man. And I appreciate you putting yourself out there with mistakes like this. We're all at different stages and levels of the game. You're new practically to tournaments, right? You're in the cash game streets all the time. You're new to tournaments. So you're gonna have some growing pains, but make sure you're being more consistent with your bet sizing, my friend. Just a level 1 thing. That'll help you get more results. But I got to figure out what I want to do next week for the group, but I'll come up with something good. I've been talking to some of you guys. I know some of these growing pains with ranges and stuff like that, but let's not feel entitled. Let's be patient, keep putting in work. And I really think a lot of you guys that are regulars in this group should team up and get friendly and talk about doing some hand history work throughout the week outside of this group or outside of your other groups. And that's how me and Toe became friends. That's how I'm friends with so many other top level players. We get together on our free time and get together. And I think a lot of you guys would be compatible to growing in a game. So you guys should probably explore that, honestly. Like, a lot of you guys are cool as shit and share like similar interests. So you should have some study groups, and it'll make poker more fun as well. So yeah, you guys should let anybody in the group know. See each other, be like, hey, if anybody wants to hit me up, share information, DM, look at hands each other, share information, study on the side. It'll help you grow what we studied today, and it'll make it more fun for you guys to be growing in the game together from this group, you know, working together and stuff like that. Poker is a lonely game, and I think that'll be good. So make sure to do that. Is it cool to DM you directly on Discord? Yeah, DM each other on Discord, hit each other up in the group. If anybody is looking for someone and you don't find anybody today from this group, let me know and I'll keep an eye. I'll be like, hey, so-and-so is looking for somebody to study with. Cheat to Win is looking for somebody to study with. Why don't you guys do that stuff? Always. See, there it is. Right? There's a lot of people like that, and you guys can get better even without all the tools. You can start sharing hands, talking hands. And I think that's what I did in my early days that helped me level up. Some people think you only need GTO Wizard and these tools to get better. Sometimes an extra set of eyes to help fix a leak is all you need, right? We all have different talents and abilities. So just team up, guys. And I think that'll be very helpful for you guys. But with that being said, did anyone have any final questions, final thoughts after today's session that we went over?
No, the fucking low stack 20
I do.
to 20 to 40 big blind.
I'm never going to
fucking
show
God.
another GC hand again.
Good. Yeah. I think it'd be good for you to play some other stuff in setups. Yeah, the 20 to 40 big blind stuff on the money bubble it's complicated, right? Our ranges are definitely a little bit different, but I think the big takeaway for me today with that stuff is really pressing a little bit more on those money bubbles when you have the chips, when you have people covered, pressing first in on that button. We saw spots where we were opening 48%, 50%. And on button and cutoff when we had people cover. 3-betting small still a thing. More aggressive blind versus blind as well. You know, being a little bit tighter with 40 big blinds and just flatting from the big blind at 40, 35 plus effective, right? So those are kind of the couple of big takeaways that I saw today from the pre-flop stuff. But yeah, did anyone else have anything?
Yeah, I mean, this was my first time joining, and I'm very new to poker. But this was a lot of information to take in. But I'm stupidly tired from listening to all of this.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen now. I'm exhausted, but thank you. I learned a lot.
Yeah. No, thank you for joining. I do make it. I love the game. I love talking poker, and it is a long, exhaustive session. But I want to make sure everyone gets value. Everyone's able to speak who wants to speak. Everyone who has a questions able to ask the questions, and we all can share ideas and get better together. It's a kind of a different kind of study group. It's different than one guy getting up there just lecturing the whole time. I want to be able to all share because you guys are great in your own way as well. You different talents. Kep's really good at stuff. Toe's a beast. Danny has his strengths. All you guys have different strengths, and I want to make sure you're able to express yourselves here as well. So that's why it goes a while, and I don't mind. Anyone else have anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, really the fundies, and then get the fundamentals locked down, and then when you have the fundamentals, you can make the gameplay switches up, the audibles, like with that 10s hand type of deal.
Yeah. I think that's one thing we try to do a lot. And thank you for coming, ET. I appreciate you being here, man. We work our asses off on the fundamentals. I try to make that the baseline so we all just can have basic range construction, and we know our sizing, right? We know when we go small, when we know we can go big, and we drill that stuff. That'll make you the most money rather than looking at these real intricate, well, I have this one blocker in this spot on this river, and I should be bluffing. We drill the fundamental spots on ICM bubbles and stuff like that. We'll get strong as shit, right? So that's the whole goal with this. Anything? Yes, I am streaming tonight. I'm get some lunch. I'm probably gonna take the kids to the park, go work out, and get in there and fire. I've been running like dog shit. I struggle myself. Like swings are real, right? Running bad, playing not great, not always super motivated, but that's why bankroll management, moving down, studying, all these things are important. Practicing what we preach as well. So it goes for everybody, right? Just stay patient, guys. Keep putting in work, and don't be too hard on yourselves. This game is hard as fuck, and you're learning a lot. Don't be too hard on yourselves.
Adi, did you have a question?
Yes.
No, I raised my hand just so I already said my spiel. Don't worry.
Oh, so okay, yeah, I forgot about the little raise hand function. That's cool. Did you have something, Joey?
No, I just saw Adi had his hand up and wanted to
okay.
acknowledge him before we left.
Yep. Well, yeah, thank you as well, Machine Gun. Thanks for coming in today. Thanks, Pucks. But yeah, I'll be streaming tonight. And always, if you guys do enjoy this, let other people know. This group is open for everybody. Let the poker coaching team know how much value you guys get from this. It helps me and Toe out tremendously. And we want to keep doing this and providing value for you guys. And we can do that if you guys just let the community know that you get value from it. And if there's anything I can do to make the group better, or if you guys have suggestions, my inbox is always open for that stuff as well. But with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here, eat, and yeah, take care and good luck tonight, guys. Stay strong. Peace.
Yeah. See you next time.
See you, buddy. Peace. He gone.